Welcome to another episode of CineVerse, your favorite of all favorite movie shows with your favorite movie people. Bad baby. Welcome to another show, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to have you back, Augustine.
Thank you.
We missed you
it's
last
good to be
week.
back. I feel like I haven't been here for months, but it's only been a week.
Yeah. You're not here for 1 week, and it literally feels like you haven't been here since like 1941.
Yeah.
Wow.
So much stuff has changed. Just kidding. You had Whoa, already.
Whoa.
Welcome,
Thank
Agent
you.
K969.
Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. We got a real special episode today, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it a special one, Adam?
We are talking about everything and anything TV related. I don't know what that is. Episodic. Talking episodics today.
Our favorites.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. TV for me is like something that like I honestly like. I don't avoid it, but I just don't get into it like I do with film.
It's
Who
a
has the
commitment.
time?
It is
Who
a
has the
commitment.
time?
Yeah,
It's the time.
I feel like it's been a while since I've committed to watching a show every single week.
It's
Yeah.
very much a commitment. I find it hard to watch weekly shows, and when I do have time to watch TV, I just watch Friends. That's all I do. I just throw on Friends, and then I just do whatever I need to do during the day.
It's tough. I started watching the Crown last night, and I started so late I fell asleep. So I got to go back. I got to rewatch the first episode, and I got to just like commit a day to watching 10 episodes of a show.
Yeah, I feel like binging it is much more doable
It's so
rather
much
than
better.
like
Yeah.
rather than like
I'm at that point
I
too.
gotta remember every week, every Monday be
Right.
here when my schedule doesn't really allow.
Because
it.
I'm so used to now, because of Netflix, I will binge a show, and as soon as it's done, I throw it out of my queue, and I
Yeah.
basically forget about it.
Yeah.
That didn't happen with I didn't do it on Netflix, but Westworld. As soon as I finished the last episode of Westworld, as everyone was watching, I'm like, great, get this out of my face. I don't want to think about this.
Right.
I can't think about this until season 2
'Cause there's so much other stuff to
Because there's
watch.
so much other
Yeah.
stuff
You got
to
to
watch.
2018 to worry about it.
And I
Yeah.
feel like
2019.
with movies, I tend to buy more movies than I
Yeah.
do television. I
Right,
tend to
for sure.
revisit movies more. I don't necessarily rewatch shows.
Yeah.
So
Right.
when a movie comes out, I get hyped for it, and then if I like it, I go see it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy it when it comes out. I'll watch it again when it comes out. I'll check out the special features. Like I get really into
Right,
it.
right.
And I feel like with TV, it's not the same. There's usually not things like special features and stuff that I'm interested in. There's usually not. What there is there's fandoms. What there is that there's communities of people that you can talk about
Right,
the show while it's
right.
airing or after the fact. Like
Right.
that's what TV has that I think a lot of movies. I mean, they have their fandoms too, but it's different.
So
you know?
instead of talking down about how we can't watch it, let's talk about the positives and why we do watch it and why we are going to talk about the things that we love
Wait,
tonight.
wait.
Oh,
Three.
Holy mother
crap.
of Christ.
Oh, thank you so much.
850
Crash B
bits.
Gaming.
Crash B Gaming.
Yay!
Thank you very much.
Thanks
That
for
was
the
a lot of
bits.
bits. 850. Thank you.
That's awesome.
So we all chose different things that we're going to talk about tonight.
Thanks, Dustin.
What do you guys enjoy about watching a series though? Like what are some of your favorite things about series? What do you enjoy
Erica?
most about them?
Character development. Character
Ah,
development is, I mean, a lot of times, you can get more invested in a character and you see more of who they are long term. I mean, for a film, a lot of it times the character writing has to be a lot more elegant because you have maybe 2 hours
Great
to
point.
do it in.
Great point.
Right.
But yeah, and then plot as well. I think that I have come to value plot a lot more in TV shows because you're like, oh, what's going to happen next, and that's going to keep me tuning in next week, and so they'll constantly.
Yeah.
But it's interesting now that we do have bingeable shows, how you have to restructure plot in a series. Like for Stranger Things,
Oh yeah.
each arc of an episode, each episode had an arc, and it worked well as a standalone episode, but you could definitely see that it ramped and built
Absolutely.
and had an arc, as opposed to a lot of cable television where
It's just arc to
it's
arc to arc to arc to arc.
and because they know people aren't going to binge it and
Right.
expect an overarching.
And also, they take
Pace.
into the account that people might have not watched last week's episode.
Yes.
So you
Yeah.
kind of have to baby people into it. Whereas like
Yeah.
Stranger Things, it's just let's go, let's get
so
to
it's
it.
been interesting seeing how plot has developed in
Yeah.
TV shows
Agreed.
over the years.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think it really got kicked off with Lost. I think Lost was the first show that was like, you can't miss an episode.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you can
Oh,
see
yeah.
things like ER and Law and Order to this day in their
Yeah.
procedurals. You can see even something like the shows we're going to talk about, the shows I'm talking about later, a lot of the superhero shows
Right.
that people watch or don't watch. Like you can jump in, but
Yeah.
with something like Lost, it's like, nah, you needed to
I
have seen
think
every
that was
episode.
very unique. That was the
Yeah.
like the first kind of its show. I remember watching the first season. I was watching it on one of those free TV websites or whatever. and they didn't have the second season, but I knew it was out. I instantly went out and bought the first and second seasons because I needed to know what happened. And
Gun
I binged them.
Hef40 says no, it got kicked off by The Sopranos. Good point. Good point. I still haven't seen all The Sopranos. I've only seen things here and there. And since I haven't seen the whole thing, I can't say if that's true or not. I think that The Sopranos, I think that Lost was for network television, for being on ABC.
Yeah.
Sopranos ushered in the HBO era of dominance, which it kind of still has, especially Game of Thrones, I think. Ginger Peony, nice one, good one. It turned out you could miss the whole series. Yikes. Boo, Ginger.
That's the difference between a lot of Japanese animation and American animated shows.
Yeah.
Whereas American animated shows tend to be one-offs, and everything kind of resets at the beginning, kind of like sitcoms. Whereas with Japanese, like with anime, a lot of times it's just a huge epic storyline, and you gotta watch all of it in order to get into it. There are a couple of exceptions, but those are definitely Western style shows.
Yeah.
It's been funny seeing that as well, even in a lot of network television.
But speaking of good writing, we've got a treat for you guys. Just like last week and the week before, I think you guys can tip, and when you do, if it's $25, you get to hit us with a movie quote.
Yeah.
And
we'll try to figure it out. But it's not a trivia for us, right?
Right. But you guys can share your favorite movie quotes. And speaking of good writing, I love what you said, Erica, about how movies need to be more elegantly written because you have only 2 hours. I just rewatched Conan the Barbarian over the weekend, and it was written by John Milius and Oliver Stone. And it's like a real cheesy movie, but it was written by those guys. And John Milius is like, I'm not that familiar with his career, but he is of the same generation as Spielberg and George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola, and all of those guys have said that Milius is the best out of all of them. And rewatching the movie again, the writing is so good. The little speeches in that movie are so good, and they're so like you get character development in 2 lines. You get, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so concise and so precise and so elegant. So
written,
it's crazy. It's if you guys haven't seen it, it's super cheesy. But yeah, hit us with your favorite quote. Adam, what do they get for $50?
First, I want to give a shout out to Ghost Children for 8 months resubbing. Thank you very much. And Claire58, 4 months resubbing. Thank you very, very much.
Mr. Captain
Claire.
G for
Mr.
10 months.
10 months.
Yes.
Also, I saw you. You were on time, Whitney. Good for you.
Oh, Whitney's on time.
Unless, of course, you gave your Twitter account your Twitch account to somebody else who was there.
To pretend she's on time, so she's on our good graces.
Yeah.
You're not on our good graces, Whitney.
Thank
Just
you
kidding.
for the follow, Sergeant Thunder. Brand new Thumper. Welcome to the Thumper family.
What do they get
What are we doing?
50?
For 50, we are doing, you guys get to pick a movie and pick a representative who will then accept the Oscar for Best Picture of said movie. So, similar to what we did last week. Last week, one of the things that I got was The Killing Joke. I accepted it as Kevin Conroy. That was a lot of fun.
I accepted Avatar.
Thank you for all the resubs.
By James Cameron. Got a lot of pot shots off in my ex, Catherine Bigelow. And, there was one... we should give them an example of what we mean by this. We should give them an example.
I think we should. Also, real quick, should we also open it to TV? For the quotes and because we're talking TV tonight, for quotes and acceptance.
Yeah,
we can accept an Emmy Award for
theme
Best
tonight,
Drama
TV.
Series or
Thank
Best
you, Jim
Comedy
Walker,
Series.
Thank you very, very much.
There we go. But yes,
Bits,
Erica.
thank you.
That's right. Hey, Zach? Zach,
Oh, Zach.
Zacchaeus?
Zacchaeus. Smorgasborgus.
ZAC, Mr.
got you
Overlord.
Hello.
The Thunder from Down Under.
Did they tell you what you have to do?
I hereby accept this award because life is struggle, and I just want to be a part of that artistic process, and I have nothing more to say about my film.
That was Zach Eubanks accepting
accurate
the award
as fuck.
for
And they cut to Meryl Streep going, what the fuck?
for Best Picture for Modern Tragedy, his student film. Very fitting. Very fitting.
Very fitting.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We've got a very special... Are you filling the rant cam? I am. Beautiful. Very... Augie, what's going on over there in that corner?
So tonight, Mr. Cameron could not hit us up with the cam rants. So we have Mr. Dustin, and he has a very special topic that he wants to talk about tonight.
Ooh.
You can see it burning in his loins right there. Look at him. Look at him. It's burning up his loins.
Tingling his jingles.
It's tingling his jingles.
If we get
He has
enough...
to cross his arms so it doesn't escape. escape.
If
He's
we
got a-
get enough bits
Yeah.
and tips, I think it's if we get enough tips. I don't know if bits work the same. I'm not sure, but if we get enough,
If we fill up the bar.
yes.
If you fill up the
The
progress
rant
bar,
meter.
the rant
We get to
meter at the bottom.
500.
Yeah.
we
There you
will
go.
get
Boom,
a
boom, boom,
Dustin
boom,
Dustin
boom.
Rant.
The Dust Bust, says
Dust
Ginger
Bust.
Baby.
Oh, good name.
There we go.
Get ready for some
Good
dust
name.
busting.
Yeah, he's got a good dust bust. He
Dustin.
already told us about it, and
Oh, really? I don't know what it
really
I
want-
don't know what it is. Can you give us a one-word tease?
Dustin.
Piracy.
Oh. Is it going to talk about Pirates of the Caribbean?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You're all busting for it.
technically
Yeah, thanks for the
piracy.
bits, Crash Be Gaming.
Woodstruck,
That's a
thank you very
good
much for
one. That's a good
the
one.
6-month resub.
Yeah,
Ooh,
welcome.
Thank you very
Lord.
much.
Thank you for subbing for 6 months.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Any other housekeeping we gotta take care of, y'all?
Bam. Thank you for
Trey
the follow.
till death. Thank
Trey
you
till
for
death.
the follow.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think in terms of housekeeping, we're good.
yeah, we're good.
So
Should we get
25
into
for a quote, 50 for an Oscar speech, 500 for a Dustin rant.
Or an Emmy speech.
Dust
yes.
bust.
Yes.
Dust bust.
You get a little
A
dust
dust
bust
bust,
going.
baby.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to this now.
Piracy.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
I am conflicted on that topic too, so I would love to hear that rant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have opinions, but I'm also like, I buy movies, and I'm also like, whatever. like, I've given enough movies to
Okay,
movies. I've given
let's,
enough money to
uh,
movie studios, but whatever.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear
I know.
all of that.
I'll just say this: when I walked into Tomb Raider: The Cradle of Life with my dad in like 2004 or something, there was an opening trailer, I think, starring Ben Affleck that said like piracy's a crime, and look at all of these teamsters that work on movies, and look at all
Yeah.
these people that would be out of jobs because of piracy.
Yeah.
And then the movie started, and when the movie ended, I was like, "Fuck you! I wish I downloaded this movie." I was like, "Then don't make a shit product."
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
stop
Make your
making
movie
shitty
like it's so
movies.
This was like, that was
Yeah.
like my like hard-earned $8 at the time.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like,
True.
so I'm like, ooh, piracy's bad, but so
Yeah.
is shitty movies.
Yeah. So is making me pay $12 for a movie that is garbage.
Did that director get work after that? Probably.
Yeah.
Who
most
directed that
likely.
movie? I don't know.
I heard
Did
Dustin
Hollywood punish
sigh,
him?
so I think you're
I
stepping
know.
on his toes a little bit.
I
I think you're stepping on his
Oh.
toes a little bit.
All right, now
No.
start us off.
All right, so I'm going to start off tonight with a show that's very near and dear to my heart. I didn't actually watch this show growing up. I caught it. So there was a period of time where I was unemployed. I just got laid off of a job, and I had never seen Star Wars and this show.
We call
So
that
I-
the dark times.
the
Before the
time before the
Empire.
light.
In the long ago.
Yeah, in the long, in the upside down. And so I was like, fuck it. I've never seen Samurai Jack. So I'm going to get in, watch this show, see what it's all about. Because I remember talking to you, Hector, and you were like, oh my God, you've never seen Samurai Jack. And I was
when
like,
we were. It was. When was this? This was after.
This
was after
was-
what? Legend. This was after a first.
yeah,
job?
yeah, when we first moved
7
over here to
years,
LA.
6 years.
It was
Yeah.
almost 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so I was doing nothing at my house, and I was so surprised by this show. The show I'm talking about is Samurai Jack up there in the corner. And I'm talking about it, and I'm rewatching it right now because this show, I think it deserves to be watched by so many more people than it does. And the show, it aired on Cartoon Network, but it needs to be shown so many other places. The director is Gendy Tartakovsky. He's a master director, master animator. This guy got into CalArts, which is a notoriously difficult school to get into for art, not on the fact that he was a good drawer, on the fact that he, instead of giving a portfolio that's nicely, like it shows off your work and displays everything, he delivered stacks and stacks and stacks of drawings. They were like, you're not a great artist, but the fact that you put this much work into your art tells us something about you. So they let him into this school. He came out of CalArts, ripping and roaring, gets on a Samurai Jack, and creates one of the best animated series I've ever seen.
Higarsi, thanks for the follow.
Oh yeah, thanks for the follow. And so we have a little trailer here. They just announced that the next season is going to come out of Samurai Jack. The show was canceled prematurely, so we didn't get a closure to this show. And
I've also heard too that like the show ran its course the way that a lot of shows do and a lot of anime shows, and they decided not to kind of keep going forward. And it was thought at the time that Gendy was going to do a movie for Sony.
There was
or for
so
Warner
much
Brothers
talk
that
about
he was going to wrap it up after, like later, maybe in a comic book, maybe in a like. There was always talk of like, oh
Right.
no, it's cool that it ended the way it did because there were plans.
because there's more stuff
but
coming. But then nothing ever came.
Yeah.
I want so bad. I want a Samurai Jack toy so bad, but they only made one.
Toys?
No,
Really?
they ended the show.
They
Mm-mm.
did some, yeah.
They made one production model, and I think Gendy has it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's one Samurai Jack vinyl toy,
That's
and Gendy
crazy.
has that one. And another reason I like the show is because there is bonus footage of them creating everything. So there's little bonus mini episodes about all the stuff going on behind the show, and that's how I know about the toys. And that's part of the reason why the show didn't continue, because they couldn't secure a toy line. There wasn't a lot of money coming in.
I hate it.
Someone has one in a TV show.
It's probably
It's probably
Feels
Gendy's.
like-
few, probably Gendy's or one of the few that.
feel
Oh.
like it's like the IT crowd or something like that.
Maybe.
Somebody
Maybe.
has one. I've seen one.
I mean,
on
I've
a desk
seen
somewhere.
merchandise, but there's so little. There's
Yeah, it's so
few
little
stuff.
because they-
there is.
I
but-
maybe at one point there was even like a Burger King toy, because maybe Cartoon Network had like a Burger
That's
King.
right. There was.
Like,
Yeah, there
that's
was
what it
that
was.
toy
Something
line. Yeah.
super
Yeah,
small.
but-
No. There was a toy from Subway. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
knew
there
that
you go.
Was a
Yep.
There you
takeout,
go.
Like a,
Thank
know,
you, Chronometrons.
Fast food.
First of all,
place.
have we all
Yeah.
seen the show here?
No.
Who hasn't
Yeah.
seen it?
Adam hasn't seen it, and I'm trying to do
Yeah.
my best to pitch it to you, Adam.
Oh no, I mean I want to see the show.
Sure.
You should
Is it
totally.
on-
It's
it's
on
on
Hulu.
Netflix?
It's on Hulu right
It's
now.
on Hulu,
So if you
okay.
guys
Yeah.
haven't seen it and
And
you
I have all the
Hulu,
DVDs. I can link
go
Oh,
on
okay,
there
cool.
and watch it all. It's a
Have you seen the
fantastic
show?
show.
Yeah. So Summer Jack
Dustin?
is really incredible because it draws inspiration from like
Conan
a
the
lot
Barbarian.
From Conan the Barbarian. So like classic tales of wanderers, like the Jidaigeki of like anime or Japanese dramas and Kurosawa films. So it's like a movie lovers. It's a movie lovers TV show,
Right.
For sure, and
Right.
a lot of it has so many Eastern storytelling elements in terms of the pacing, just like the shots of the cinematography and the nature, and a lot of the stories
Yeah.
come from Japanese folklore. So it's great, but then it also has robots, which is amazing.
So the way they got around killing people, so Cartoon Network says you can't kill people. The show was very slice and dice. People got cut up. But Cartoon Network said you can't show blood, you can't show anything. So everybody he fights is robots. So he slices robots up like crazy. Which
Are you
is
still
awesome.
trying to convince me?
No. I'm just.
Hey man, I saw
I'm just-
Star Wars Clone Wars that Gandhi did. That's enough convincing
yeah,
for me.
I mean-
that shit
Yeah.
was
That
incredible.
was close second on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then another thing is like so the cartoon modern sensibilities of the he brought back cartoon modern style,
Yeah.
which is like from the 1950s, which was like kind of a reaction against the Disney animation style.
yeah.
Like UPA did a lot of
Very
that.
flat
And
graphic.
yeah, flat with like the outlines.
No hard. Oh
sort
yeah,
of
there was hard lines.
abstract.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful.
One of my
It's such
favorite
a perfect show.
episodes is the episode where he fights the dark version of himself.
Yeah.
So the fight at him is it's fucking incredible. So they walk into this room and it's dark, and so he can't see anything. And the ninja is dressed all in black and he has a black sword. So Samurai Jack is like, I don't know what to do. So he busts holes in the room that he's in, and light beams are coming in. He dresses himself in all white, and so he's covered head to toe in white. His sword is shiny and white. And so it's basically just black and white images, like going back and forth,
That's
having
awesome.
this
Yeah.
crazy fight. There's really no depth to it, but the fact that he's playing with black and white so much that like Samurai Jack
Yeah.
hides in the white completely,
Yeah.
and the black ninja
So
hides in the
graphic.
black
That's cool.
completely. So when they cross, they're apparent. It's
That's awesome.
It's genius,
There
dude.
is-
It's fucking
Some
genius.
people in the chat might be able to help me remember, but there's a video
Oh,
game.
whoa.
Oh,
Hold up, this is a
Oh.
long one. This is a long one.
This will probably be butchered by the donation lady, but here goes. Gratias Tibiago, Domini. HAEC Credum Adeo Pio, Adeo Justo, Adeo Cito, Crucitus and Crucum. Tus in terra service, Nucius FUI, Officium Profeci. Crucitus and Crucum, EAs in Crucum.
Was that in any language whatsoever?
Excuse me, what language was
That was Latin, obviously.
That sounds Latin. I'm gonna go Passion of the Christ.
great.
That'll be my
I
guess.
have no idea.
that? Go Boondock Saints?
Good guess. Good guess. Good guess.
That's all I can pull out.
Maybe.
The West
The
Wing?
West
The
Wing.
West Wing?
West Wing.
Really?
How, wait.
I was-
Okay, so what is that?
Wait,
So
and what's the context?
What's the
Give a
translation
context.
of this? Wait, Dustin can't talk.
Shut up, Dustin.
Anyway, that was really good. What was
I don't know. Now I'm really curious as to what the translation
Guys, we need a little
Yeah,
context for
some-
that.
Yeah, I
need
need
some
to know
context. I
what.
need to know what. Yeah, I think that was the thing. I was stuck on movies and I forgot we're doing TV shows.
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Thank you,
Please
thank you.
tell me.
And please tell us what it means.
Speech in the church when he's angry with God.
Okay, cool.
Got
Whose
it.
speech?
22, 2 cathedrals.
Martin
Okay.
Sheen
Yeah.
speech? Cool.
2 cathedrals. Okay.
Great president.
Well, I
was
mean, I still
a-
don't know.
Yeah. So yes, thank you, Hyper RPG. There's a video game Chambara, made by a couple of students at USC that won a ton of awards last year at GDC, and it's based on that episode essentially. I mean, it's not actually Samurai Jack, but
Right.
it's the principle
The
is that
idea
they're two
and-
different teams, and they're different colors, and there's the light and the dark,
Right.
and some of them you have to like be able to turn whichever way to see the other person and then strike at them because you're little ninjas, and it's so good.
That
and
sounds
it's
awesome.
essentially based on that
That's- I
episode.
wanna
And
play
they,
that
they
now.
told me straight up that it was.
That's
it's so
so
good.
cool.
Check it out.
So
Chambara.
there's a new season of Samurai Jack coming out. I'm really excited. They got rid of the whole robot thing, so they're gonna show blood now. Apparently, this show is violent in the best way possible. The first image, so the image behind me over here, the image you guys see on screen, that was the first image that was leaked. And I freaked out because Samurai Jack is covered in blood, and that's what everybody
Yeah.
wanted right from
And he's
the
old.
first couple
He's got a
seasons.
beard and long
Yeah.
hair.
So yeah, we're gonna
They did
watch a
time
trailer. It
skip.
kind of explains where Samurai Jack is after we kind of left him dangling.
I'm so excited.
So play that up.
Here we
Adam.
go.
50 years have passed, but I do not age.
How much longer can you keep this up?
Time has lost its effect on me. Yet, the suffering continues.
You've forgotten your purpose!
Aku's grasp chokes the past, present, and future.
Your training is complete. Go! Kill the samurai! There is no hope for you, foolish samurai. Aku is the master of masters and will end you!
There's no way home. There's nothing to fight for.
Show yourself, samurai, so you can die.
It always seems bad at first, but then I find a way. Leave here now and live, or stay and face your destiny.
Our destiny is your death!
Very well. Very well. Aku destroyed everything. Gotta get back to the past. Samurai Jack.
An all-new limited series. Premiering Saturday, March 11th at 11 p.m.
Oh,
So
that looks so good.
I got tears in my
Take,
jingles.
take like an hour out of your day, Adam. Like like whenever you can, and just watch like 2 episodes. They're 30-minute episodes.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
We
Do
got to talk about that for a
know how
second.
long the seasons are going to be? Or are there going to be
This is
multiple
this is a limited
seasons?
series. It's just I think it's just this one, and they're cutting it off after this one.
I think it's going to be 10 episodes.
Yeah, something like that. It's a
That it-
limited
that-
series.
yeah, and it's supposed to wrap everything up.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
voice of Aku from the original series passed away. Mako
Mako.
passed
yeah,
away.
Yeah, yeah.
He
He's
did
also in
Uncle. He did Uncle
Uncle
Iroh.
Iroh.
Yeah.
in Avatar:
On
The Last
Avatar.
Airbender. He was also in Conan the Barbarian. So
Yep.
there really is a lot of parallels to that.
Yeah.
But Mako passed away, and I don't exactly know what they're doing with the character of Aku because he's so important to Jack. I mean, the fact that he's not aging. Here's another thing
Yeah.
I love about that trailer. Phil Lamar, who does the voice of Jack, he was acting his ass off. He was doing
yeah.
some stuff that he didn't really often get to do in the show. The show was very much a silent hero.
Yeah.
The show had moments where we would go into Jack's story and his life and his past, and they were beautiful, but mostly it was like, stop right there, fine, very well. But when she's like, your destiny is your death, and he goes, very well.
Yeah, he goes very well.
Just him,
Oh,
like the
God.
acting where he's fighting with himself, all of it. Just Phil Lamar, I think he tweeted
Yeah.
out, and people were like, "This looks amazing.
It looks
good
incredible.
for him." Yeah,
Absolutely.
The animation
incredible.
looks beautiful. The style,
Yeah.
the choreography of like the shots and the characters,
Yeah.
the composition, like just everything. It looks so
and
good.
Gendy, he does like he did this show because he could do that.
Yeah.
He really wanted to focus on giving us something unique and having a very cinematic feel
Yeah.
to something that was supposed to be kiddish.
I think if and I think if like Cartoon Network or whoever wanted to bring this back and they're like, well, we'll get somebody else to do it. I think
Hell
everyone
no.
would rage.
Oh.
you could not.
They'd have ripped the
Hell
place
no.
apart. Because
not.
he
That's a good
brought
point.
that unique style
Yeah.
and feeling to it.
And honestly, I don't think it's been matched since. Like, there's good cartoons out there,
Yeah.
but nobody's done
Somebody
it like
said
Indy so
Avatar:
far.
The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
They considered that the spiritual successor. I
Right.
think for like a
Yeah.
lot of thematic, a lot of Asian influences.
Yeah, and again,
sure,
like,
but
I mean, yeah,
stylistically, nah.
what he did was incredibly unique. But at the same time, too, if you're interested in that style, like, you should see the basis upon which it was based. Like, so go watch some Kurosawa films, like Seven Samurai, or some of the old, like Lone Wolf and Cub.
Oh, I love
sort
that
of
movie.
Stuff. Yeah, Zatoichi, The Blind Swordsman has like 20 films.
Lone Wolf and Cub like makes a cameo appearance in an episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
And so
they
does, like,
do.
and they have like blind swordsmen in it.
Yeah.
And
They
have the
everything.
blind
There's
mice.
so many. Yeah, there's like direct references that you should
And
definitely.
so many
look
references,
up.
so many styles. There's like, film noir episodes and comedy episodes and like, future what's the Blade Runner style, like cyberpunk.
Yeah,
like
it's got
there's so
cyberpunk.
many
like-
different styles in it. So and there's so many influences and like everything that Erica listed is an influence, and so is Conan the Barbarian, and so
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
this 80s action movie, and so is this and this and this. Like it's fucking great. It's such a good. That trailer was fantastic.
That trailer
at
is
the end
so
when he
good.
goes, "Gotta get back."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the past.
I was like,
That's it. That's it. So yeah, I'm geeking out about this. I'm rewatching it right now.
Yeah.
So I'm taking my time with it because I want to feel what I did back. There are beautiful moments in this show.
You got time. You got a month. To
Yeah,
absorb that whole
got a
thing.
month. You can go through these seasons little by little. There's some beautiful moments that almost make you want to cry. There's some great relationships that he builds with people. It's awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Lucas awarded for his mini-series Ain't That a Pitch?
Lucas.
What
you
is
got an award, buddy.
what is this?
I don't know
What
if
is
it's a
Ain't That a
real
Pitch?
show,
No, but still.
but he did a
Cookie is my
miniseries.
boo boo.
Thank you, Cookie is my boo boo.
Hey.
Cookie.
And now
You got a
accepting the
boo-boo.
Academy Award.
Wait, don't we
Or I'm
get
sorry.
the award?
I'm sorry.
Emmy.
The Emmy.
Emmy.
And now accepting the Emmy
Best
for Best
miniseries.
Series. It's Cookie Eubank.
I'd just like to thank the critics at Gainesville High School. This is a huge honor. I'm so glad to have impressed you, and first and foremost, my high school girlfriend. She was super impressed, and we're probably gonna make out later. So pretty cool. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Good.
Ain't that a pitch?
Oh, wow.
It went to voicemail. Call it again. Call it again. Pinot Noir, Pinot Noir.
Noir.
Leather bar, Pinot Noir, Pinot Noir,
Leather bar,
Pinot Noir. You're a star. Listen to Tom Berenger, Pinot Noir, Roseanne Barr, Pinot Noir. Au revoir.
I
don't know
really
this. Great
enjoyed
show.
the first season of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah, like, yeah, it's just
That's-
really
So
fun.
what's
like,
the
the writing
character's
was
name?
really great.
Thank you, Titus
Andromedon?
Titus Andromedon.
Titus Andromedon. Love that character.
That
Yeah.
show, it was
Thank you for
really
the
hard
follow.
for me to get past the
Yeah.
first couple episodes because it was just an assault on your senses. Just
Oh,
so
yeah.
much stuff going on.
They're like the jokes are so rapid fire.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
they're,
it's
super
really
fun.
30 Rock. It's really trying to be that.
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
30 Rock on speed.
It is. Yeah,
There's
it is.
so many jokes coming
Such a
at you all
funny-
at once.
Such a funny character. That's so great. I haven't
Yeah.
seen season 2 yet. Sitting
Me
like
neither.
you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta watch it.
Anyways,
John
that was
Hamm
my
was
geek
so
out
funny in
on
that.
Samurai
Yeah, man.
Jack.
Nice.
Who is next? I want to see you guys
That's
geek
my
out on some shit.
jam.
Who's next?
Erica.
Rick and
no,
Morty,
that's-
1,000 years. Rick
Oh,
and Morty,
okay.
1,000 years. Woo! So one of the smartest cartoons on, especially targeted to
The
adults.
smartest and the dumbest at the same time.
I don't know about that. The smartest and silliest, I would say.
And it's not dumb in a bad way.
It's not. Yeah,
I love the dumb. When he has to shove pine cones up his ass. Come on.
Right.
That's
so-
dumb humor, but it's
Right,
hilarious.
but
That's what I did last night.
The jokes are so incredible. The writing. Season 1 was fantastic because the jokes were great, but season 2 had incredible heart. It delved into these really dark places that we all feel, just about life and existence and the futility of trying anything. And it's so good, and the character development is so good because it originally started as like a Channel 101 short that was like, what if Doc and Marty from Back to the Future were still going on adventures, only Doc was this amoral drunkard. And it just was so funny that it ended up getting picked up, and they changed it from Doc and Marty to Rick and Morty, changed the premise a little bit. And I think watching these characters evolve over time has been amazing, because there's jokes where they shove pine cones up their ass, or there's lots of burping and farts, but at the same time too, Morty has to face his mortality almost every single episode, and they talk about the ethics of science, and it's so good. It's probably my favorite show on right now.
Nice.
It's a really good show.
And it's really difficult. When is season 3 coming out? People have been asking. Almost a year and a half ago, one of the characters, Mr. Poopy Butthole, was rolling around on the ground and saying, "Oh boy, another 1.5 years until you get to see us again." And people were like, haha, but it's true, though. And they were working so hard on season 3. I think we're going to take a look at what Dan Harmon had to say about it.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, you gotta have a date and time.
I think it's time for the season 3 Rick and Morty update wrap.
You want to wrap? Hang on a second. Give me a second.
How have you been, Dan?
Talk about things.
How have you been, Dan? I haven't seen you in a while.
I've been good. What's going on?
They're drawing it. They're drawing it.
They're drawing it.
Here's how cartoons work.
First you write them.
Then you draw them. For a really long time.
Everything needs to be on paper.
So you can see it.
So if all I do is write it and then put it on TV,
it'll look like a script.
instead of Rick and Morty, which you seem to like.
So, when you ask me where it is, the answer is...
They're drawing it.
And when you tell me to stop being political and get back to drawing it...
I don't draw it. I know it looks like I do. That's called style. Those artists are still actually talented and went to school. If I literally drew it, the show wouldn't exist. It would be just Pac-Man fighting Garfield. Those are the only things I know how to draw, and they would be illegal. Unlike our blatant Back to the Future ripoff.
They're drawing it.
So that's pretty much the answer to all the fans' queries of where is it, when is season 3 happening next.
Yeah.
So only two seasons right now. Season 2 is crazy. It just escalates in the craziest way. And season 3 is he is confirmed somewhat on Twitter. It might appear anytime between April 2nd and April 9th.
April 2nd is my birthday, so it'd be a nice day for that day to drop.
Of this present.
This
year.
I had a really hard time getting into the show. So I heard everybody raving about it.
Yeah.
And Rick, at first he's a really tough character to get into.
Because he's amoral.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's amoral, he's always
unlikable.
drinking, he's burping.
Yuck, this tea is nothing more than hot leaf juice. Uncle, that's what all tea is. How could a member of my own family say something so horrible?
How could a member of my own family say something
Thank you,
so
Mikey the Prude.
That's so funny. Oh, that's super good.
Oh, I love that one. Uncle Iroh is one of the best characters ever put on paper.
Is. That's great. That's
but
amazing.
Yeah, it was the
Avatar.
show was really
Thank you,
tough
Mikey
for
the
me to
Prude.
get into. I was really into when it came out. I was coming out of my Adventure Time phase, and so I was still kind of like in a different headspace when it came to cartoons.
Right.
but I gave it a shot. I powered through it, and I fucking love Rick
Yeah.
and Morty.
One thing that I do like, a lot of people say, you know, I don't like characters that are bad people. And I agree. Like, I couldn't watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia for that reason, even though it's a very funny show. But Rick is redeemable because at his heart, he really does care. He just doesn't know how to be a good person, but it seems like he's learning. And that's really interesting seeing that arc for me. Also, I would argue that Princess Bubblegum is just as much of an amoral scientist as Rick is.
She's a monster.
She's really a terrible person. A terrible person. Yeah.
Chance just says Dustin looks bored.
Yeah.
Are you
Well,
bored,
no,
Dustin?
I mean, he's just waiting to rant. He's just
channeling.
Channeling his inner
look,
angry
Jabberwocky
man.
and I have the same birthday. Awesome.
That's cool.
Oh, super fun.
I
birthday on
need to
April 2nd.
catch up on Adventure Time, and I need to catch up on Rick and Morty. I love
Have
it.
you seen any of it?
I've seen one episode, and it was
Which
cool,
one?
but I think it was early in season 2 because my buddy showed me. He's like, "This is so great," and it was a really cool little circular logic episode.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what the plot premise was. It was cool, but I'm like, I want to watch this from the beginning.
Yeah,
you
because
really need to.
Despite the fact that they are one-off episodes, there are character arcs that you do need more to appreciate.
I think I've seen about 3 or 4 episodes. My friend was house sitting, and he's like, "Have you ever seen Rick and Morty?" I'm like, "No, I haven't actually seen it, but I hear it's really good."
Yeah.
So we put on like 4 episodes. I have no idea what season it was or
Sure.
what episodes they were, but I had a really good time watching the show.
Yeah.
Fun.
So yeah, I would love to be able to go back. I'd love to go back and watch the first couple seasons.
Is it on Hulu?
In anticipation.
Is it
I think
still-
it's
I
on
saw-
Netflix.
I saw it on Hulu.
I saw it on.
Nah, it ain't on Netflix.
It
It
was
was
on
on Prime?
YouTube
Yeah,
at
it was
some
on Prime,
point.
maybe?
Really?
They just put it out on
Or
YouTube.
maybe it was Hulu. Yeah.
Because I remember watching it on Hulu and just trying. I'm like, I need to see what everybody's talking about the
Yeah.
show, and I saw it on Hulu. So.
Yeah, Monkey Princess says it's really weird and different. It really is.
That's kind of what I liked about it. Was
Yeah.
that fact we're watching it and there's like things going on. I'm like, this is a animated show that's on TV.
Yeah. It's crazy, right?
The Rick and Morty opening to The Simpsons is the
Oh,
most fucking amazing
Yeah.
Simpsons
Yeah.
opening. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It was insane. And I'm like, if this is what Rick and Morty is, I will really like
It's
this
very.
show.
If
This
you
show's
want to see a little
fantastic.
clip that's kind of indicative of the series, it really is like that. And
Yeah.
just the writing is so great because it feels like so much of it is just improvised and they're just messing around and they got these poor animators to animate through all of the craziness that they come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they love it. I'm sure they. Love
I
it.
think The Simpsons opening is on YouTube.
Let's look it up.
Yeah.
Let's pull it
Oh
up.
yeah,
should-
that's right. We have the internet here, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was hard for me. I mean, I was hooked on it pretty early, but I could
Nice. Nice
definitely
typing, bro.
understand the point of like, because they're not likable.
No, neither of them.
And it's hard.
Morty's,
and, like,
Morty's
all
really
his
dumb.
family
Yeah,
is unlikable.
I
Yeah.
think it's that top
But
one.
yeah, just in the end, the
Turn it up.
they're
Yeah.
nuanced characters,
Yeah.
which is what I appreciate.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm glad I stuck through it because it's definitely worth sticking through all that.
All right, guys, here's the Simpsons couch gag from Rick and Morty, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty, all new season premiering Sunday, July 26th, only on Adult Swim. And now, here's Rick and Morty dropping in on the May 17th season finale of The Simpsons.
Like, clean and beautiful Simpsons looks weird to me.
It does.
Oh my God, Morty, what did you do? You killed the Simpsons, Morty! No, I didn't mean to. Oh God, look at the baby one. Oh my God, Morty. You killed the entire Simpsons, Morty. They're a beloved family, Morty. They're a national treasure, and you killed them. I'm just a kid. I don't want to go to jail.
It's
Relax, Morty,
smushed like
calm down.
paint.
We'll take care of it. Okay, I want you to take that vial of Simpsons goo and this picture to this address. They'll make us new Simpsons. You understand me, Morty? Me? What are you gonna do? Morty, I gotta clean this place up before somebody comes snooping around. You know how many characters there are in The Simpsons, Morty? There's like 1 billion characters. They did an episode where George Bush was their neighbor. All right, can't argue with that.
Like the amount of aliens that they go
Slurm,
for this show is
Futurama. It's
ridiculous.
Insane. No,
Okay.
there's Slurm, yeah. There's the dribble.
Yeah.
Goggle, bog, bog.
Jesus. Krusty Doll, Slingshot, Pearls.
photocopy machine.
Oh.
Hi, diddly ho, neighbor.
Oh, God.
Looks like you
Oh,
got
no.
a spaceship in your. Who are you?
Oh shit.
Rick, I'm back! Wake up! Wake up! Jesus, it's
Oh.
about time, Morty. Give me those.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Oh, we got a little bit.
Wow. Hey, Morty, little tip. Don't clean DNA vials with your spit. Let's go. I'm driving this time.
Oh!
No more guest animators, man.
Oh, my God.
That's so good.
Yeah, that was the best.
Love it.
Wow.
So
They let
good.
him have a 2-minute intro
So
sequence.
messed up, yeah.
That's
Because
fantastic.
yeah, why not? That's what The Simpsons is. Now.
That's so
Yeah,
dope. Is
yeah,
what that
It can
is.
do whatever it wants.
Thanks, Jabberwocky D.
I know I've made some very poor decisions recently, but I can give you my complete assurance that my work will be back to normal. I've still got the greatest enthusiasm and confidence in the mission, and I want to help you.
Oh, that's tough.
I don't know that one.
Oh, God.
Dustin, you be quiet back there.
Oh, my God.
I'm gonna guess Westworld.
I haven't seen
No.
Westworld. I don't know
It's
Is it?
comedy. It's a comedy.
Is it
It's
2001?
comedy.
that. No, I mean it could be a show too. Remember?
It's not 2001: Space Odyssey.
I think like we should just guess all robots from now on because you know that's what it sounds like. Is it?
I'll
Is it
stick with
2000?
my
It might be
Westworld guess.
2001.
My Westworld guess. That's what I think it is. Oh, we're hearing it's not
so
a TV show.
easy.
Is it?
They're not helping us on
Is it
this one, you guys.
2001? It's 2001, I think.
Whose name
Yeah,
is that
it
in
is.
yellow?
With
That's so
Hal
hard
quotes.
to see.
That's why.
Really?
We were looking for. We were like, oh well, it probably removed
scene
all
was
of
that?
the emotion
I don't
from
know.
it.
But we know when they're fighting Hal, and
When
Hal's
they're
like,
fighting Hal.
"Don't
Yeah.
worry."
Galaxy Quest? Maybe. No.
It's
2001
Yeah,
Space Odyssey.
2001 Space
Oh,
Odyssey.
it's Hal who says it.
I want to
Yes.
help you with the mission.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
How
I still need to see that.
How did the robot voice not give that away? Damn it!
Well, because we were.
Because
we
it's
were,
too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
We were thinking like, oh, it should have. What would it sound like if it were said by a human?
Yeah.
I kept thinking TV show, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, me
sci-fi?
too. I was-
I kept thinking
I was
like, what
thinking that- I
sci-fi
was
show
thinking
is
that
this
it was like-
from?
yeah, I was thinking that it was like a spoof of something.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Ah,
OMG, Steve, it's pretty good, man. Good movie.
that was really
What
good.
else? 2001.
Oh, dude, the movie's great.
Yeah.
I bought the whole Stanley Kubrick collection.
I think it was
yeah?
Scott
So good.
Derrickson who just took his kids to see it, and I think
For the first
he
time?
said on Twitter like
They
to
play it
the
here
theater,
quite
yeah,
frequently.
to the theater, and he was like,
yeah.
they're asking questions and they flipped out. They
Yeah,
loved it.
I think it's playing at the Egyptian.
I've never
like,
seen
this
it at the
week.
theater. I bet you would be
I want to go
Yeah.
see it in
so
the theater.
different. Yeah.
Dustin's seen it in the theater. Brand new print. Was it 35 mil? 65 mil? 70 mil.
Dang.
Go fuck yourself.
Go big or go home.
That's
Dustin.
right. That's how you do it.
Anything you want to say to close this up, Erica?
Just that I'm really looking forward to season 3 because they end season 2 on a bit of a cliffhanger.
Mhm.
But I think they showed off some test footage early on, like on their Twitch stream, and it like has some resolution. It's like kind of continuing where we left off. Just like on the normal episodes.
Yeah.
It's like Rick and
Yeah.
Morty together. So I'm wondering, like, how do we get from point A to point B? Did they just have like a quick little explanation in the beginning of the first episode? What I need to know.
Oh, we will know soon enough.
So yeah, I'm very excited.
Would you put a drinking under experience or special abilities?
Oh God, that sounds so familiar.
It does.
I'm gonna guess Austin Powers.
No, I know those
International
Austin
Man of
Powers
Mysteries.
movies.
Okay.
That's not
Okay,
Austin
that's
Powers.
my guess. I'm
Why
out.
am I thinking Step Brothers?
Would you put day drinking under experience?
That's not Step Brothers.
Would you put day drinking under experience or special abilities?
Day drinking.
I want to say Chronicle, but that doesn't sound right. Ant-Man?
Jessica Jones.
Nice.
Boom, boom,
Nice.
boom, boom,
Good
boom,
one.
boom, boom.
Why am I thinking B
Ika
movie?
John. Good.
Yeah, we were thinking movies too. It's hard with just TV shows,
I
all
was
TV
close.
shows.
That, and I've only seen Jessica Jones through once.
Yeah,
So
same.
I can't.
Yeah.
Speaking of superheroes on television, let's talk
Oh,
about
nice
our
little
next
segue, buddy.
next bit of TV shows. I'm cheating, and I want to talk about a couple different shows. I'm talking about the CW lineup of 4 core shows right now that are based off of DC superhero characters from DC comic books. These shows have found an incredible amount of success on the CW. These are shows that I've kind of been watching on the pretty regular. I do it for work, but I'm watching them. I have it. Oftentimes, I have a chance to watch them like a week or two early, and I really like them. And they are very, very well-made shows for what they are, for the budgets that they have, for where they're shooting them, Vancouver, for the characters that they're allowed to use. The fact that they did a Supergirl, and I'm talking predominantly about Supergirl, an entire season without even showing us an actor playing Superman until the beginning of season 2, very impressive.
And then when they brought him in.
Hey, thank you, Eric Sarah.
I imagine death so much it
feels
feels
more like a memory. Is this where it gets me? On my feet, several feet ahead of me. If I see it coming, do I run or do I let it
see
be?
it coming. Do I run?
Oh,
or
this
fire
is the
my
ending
gun
one.
Or let it
Do I-
be. There is no beat, no melody.
Oh God! Oh no! So that's the
Don't give it away. Don't give it away. I don't want to know what that part was. You're talking about death. Don't spoil that.
Yeah.
Don't be like, that's the last song at the end when his
You're
son
like,
dies.
whoa, when he
Don't do
does the
that.
thing.
Yeah, when he gets shot. I don't want to know.
Oh my God!
I don't want to look up history.
Good. Have you heard any?
Nope.
Are you gonna listen to it? Why?
Because I'm gonna wait to see.
Oh
the play.
right.
Yeah.
We've had this discussion.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Um,
Adam, have you
How about what?
Hamilton? Listen to Hamilton?
Well, I haven't seen it because it hasn't been here.
No, have you heard? Have you listened to it?
No, if I experience Hamilton, I want to experience the play first.
I don't know. I'm so glad that I listened to it before, just because there's.
Have you seen
so
the
much
play?
There, no, and I can't wait to, because
Yeah.
I mean there's so much elegant wordplay there and so many layers and so many musical Easter eggs that it's just. I think my brain would explode if I just saw it without hearing it first, because it's so much more impactful if you know the score beforehand. Just because you'll just miss so much if you don't listen to it. It's
I can't wait.
sublime.
I can't wait because
But
I
yeah,
really liked
if you wanna do that.
In the Heights. It was fantastic, and I like Moana. But
When's Hamilton coming? This July?
I think so. To LA, I think so.
Yeah, it's going to be
At the
very, very
Pantages,
difficult to get
right?
tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody bought out season passes.
Cool. All right, great.
So we'll never see it, Hector.
When it's a movie, I don't know.
Yeah. When it's on film.
Yeah,
Basically.
Yeah.
exactly. Supergirl was great for what it was, being a CBS show, and then this season it got ported over to CW. And the other thing I want to talk about for this show is that it fits very, very well. Thank you for the follow, El Dentista. El Dentista, gracias, muchas gracias.
Dentista.
It has ported over to the CW, and it fits very, very well. And as soon as they did it, I don't think I saw every single episode of season 1 of Supergirl, but Augustine, you did.
It's okay. Yeah.
I think that they decided to tell the side of a character whose story hadn't been told yet, a side of her story, which was the sister Alex. Is they decided that they made her a lesbian character.
Yeah.
They were like, in season 2, she's going to be figuring out her sexuality, because she didn't have a boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife in season 1. They would never.
Her role was really small in season 1.
Yeah.
It was
compared
and
to other characters.
For sure. And she was in the pilot, she was really important. And I had a theory that they were going to try to make her the Lex Luthor of the show, because they had her in a battle suit at one point. They had her very jealous about Supergirl and their upbringing.
What's her name? Was Alex?
Alex, right? And then decided, nope, people really like this character, so let's make her a character who, as a grown woman, she's like, I think I've been gay my whole life and have never dealt with it myself.
Yeah.
Dealt, you know what I mean? Dealt with it. And they decided to do that. And
Yeah.
one of the things that all of the CW shows have is they have a really good representation, in my opinion. They've got gay characters, they've got fantastic female characters, really diverse casts, ethnically diverse, and there's so many different characters so many different types of people are represented, which is really cool across the different shows. I'm talking Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
And now
let's
Black Lightning.
And now, is it going to be called Black Lightning?
I think so.
Really?
I mean, they're calling it Black Lightning right
Black
now.
Lightning, man, that's awesome. All right, cool. All right, great. Can you minimize out of this? Can we just look at a thing of Supergirl first? I think it's, I don't know what the order is. Should I just play that?
Yeah, there's a playlist.
There's a playlist? Okay. Yeah, it ends on Supergirl. That's fine. So let's watch this first thing. This is a trailer for what's going to happen on Legends of Tomorrow, which is a Thursday night show. Sorry, Tuesday night. I think this happens tonight. This is airing right now. Or you may have already seen it.
Starts in 10 minutes on West Coast.
So let's watch it. This is a little preview of Legends of Tomorrow, and then we'll talk about the show for a second.
Are they going back in time?
They do every episode.
Oh.
A Christmas banquet in 7076? This is so stupid. Where's your Christmas spirit? Ho, ho, ho.
Ah, you're from Boston. Tell me, are you familiar with the Sons of Liberty?
Oh, intimately. My wife and I are avid. we're avid supporters.
He's a historian.
This is your wife?
Yes.
We're newlyweds,
Brandon.
actually.
Well, they certainly do things differently up in Boston.
Could I interest you in a glass of eggnog, ma'am?
Thanks.
Sounds about right.
Got a kick.
It's my wife Martha's recipe. A little heavy on the rub, but in these trying times, I believe extra rum is warranted.
Martha, you're George Washington.
At your service. Now tell me, from which of our 13 fair colonies do you hail from?
The first one.
Get him out of there, sir.
General Washington, we have to go. I don't have time to explain, but your life is in danger.
Right now?
Oh my God.
There he is.
There he is.
We need to go.
I will not retreat.
I insist.
Georgie, out the back now. You are a most unusual woman.
There you go.
That looks like so much fun.
Guys, if you're not watching Legends of Tomorrow,
blast. Like, I have
it's-
no idea what this show is.
It's a time traveling, and there's so many things to pull from that clip, but like that basically, that's a good summary of the show. The first season was 13 episodes. It's super cheesy.
It
It's
is.
trying to
Yeah.
be an American
Yeah.
Doctor Who. It reminds me of
Yeah.
shows I used to watch when I was a kid, growing up on Saturday afternoons: Xena Warrior Princess, Hercules and Legendary Journeys, even like Star Trek: The Next Generation. You know, a very like cheesy sort of just trying so damn hard sci-fi show. And there's there's great characters in the show. If you like snark, great, like Zach over there. It's
real dumb.
Real dumb. But you get to see characters that we're never going to see in movies probably for years,
Yeah.
right? You get to see really fun actors having fun with each other and like each other. You get to see good goddamn looking people, like all of these CW shows. But that little bit where Nate Haywood had the Vixen character and said, "This is my wife," they do that more often than I would think. And then right when they showed George Washington, they had a black actor come by as like the slave of the help. They do that when they go to different eras. Is they'll actually talk to that era for a little bit, like they talk about it, which is great. I mean,
To put themselves sort of in the context of like what they have to deal with.
The fact that the cast is diverse, they can't like when they go to different eras. It's not always super great for anybody who's not a straight white guy on the the crew of Legends of Tomorrow.
That's the joke about time travel, right?
Exactly.
Is that unless
exactly.
you're a certain
So
way,
that's
time
the
travel
Louis-
just
That's
sucks.
the Louis C.K. joke too.
It's super cheesy. It's super fun. Zero Cipher says, I tried watching it. It was too bad. Yeah, it's it's not for everybody. I think that all of these shows are family shows.
Yeah.
And I think that once you get into it, there are moments where you're like, damn, that was good writing and good acting and good, it doesn't happen often, but they're super likable characters.
So this was one of the shows that I didn't watch because the first episode turned me off so much.
Sure.
Because it was.
Yeah,
I guess.
it's super
yeah,
fun.
I guess I have
in
to
fact,
put
in
myself
this
in
season,
that mind
they're
state.
fighting the Legion of Doom. No joke.
Yeah.
Like they call them the Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
So it's
Damien
they're super
Dark,
friends.
Damien Dark,
Reverse
Reverse
Flash.
Flash, and
Malcolm Merlin.
Malcolm Merlin, yeah.
See, I appreciate that. I really appreciate the
It's
fact
so
that
cheesy.
shows
Yeah.
like Supergirl and Legends of Tomorrow are taking on big characters like that.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
taking on big storylines, and I really enjoy that.
Absolutely.
It's just sometimes it's really hard for me to get over the cheese.
Plus, I think like Legends of Tomorrow in the first season was trying to be serious. It was trying to be on the level
Yeah,
of Flash,
and this
trying
season
to be on the
it's-
level of
yeah,
Arrow, and it's
no.
like they just don't have the budget, and they don't. I just don't think I don't feel like they devote the amount of time that they do
Yeah.
to shows like Flash, which is like the real like meat
Yeah.
and potatoes of
Real
CW.
put together, yeah.
Yeah, but I think in season 2 it really kind of found they embraced the fact that like you know what, this show's cheesy. We have
You
a very
can't
limited
take
budget.
yourself too
Let's just
seriously.
have fun
Yeah.
with it. Like
Mhm.
I think it was like 2-3 weeks ago, they went to 1977 or 1976.
Oh, great episode.
And
Talk
George,
about that.
George Lucas was in it. Like they visit George
Oh,
Lucas.
that's dope.
He ends up not making Star Wars because of how they change all the events. They have to go back and try to get George Lucas to go back to film school.
Right,
So
to do Star Wars.
yeah,
That's
it's
dope.
super fun.
Okay, I'll watch
Because if he didn't make Star Wars, the character who plays the Atom, who's played by
Brandon Routh.
who is
Yeah.
Superman, would never become a scientist, be inspired
Yes.
by Star Wars. And the character who
Commander
plays
Steele.
Commander Citizen Steele or Steele
Yeah.
is Nate Haywood, and he would have
Yeah.
never become a historian and archaeologist
Yeah.
if not for Indiana Jones.
Exactly.
So this one guy deciding not to make movies, like, and the whole episode was George Lucas movie references. At one point, they end up in a trash compactor, and they try to put up.
Nice.
a-
Try to put
Down
the-
all
yeah.
trash
Oh, that's
compactors.
hilarious.
It's awesome.
And I'll tell you guys another
Oh,
little behind the scenes thing. Like when I had a chance to watch that episode early, I went to DC Comics and saw that episode. The temp music that they put in there because it wasn't finished was John Williams' score from Star Wars when they're in the trash compactor.
That's great.
And I was watching this just like, this is so damn fun. Like this
Can
is
you
great.
go, can you
This
go
is
back
great.
tomorrow and find that for me and send it to
No,
me?
I can't. It's very
film it
illegal.
on your
I
phone.
cannot. No.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
But
you
just
can,
as
Hector.
a movie geek,
Yeah, you
I was
can.
like, I know exactly what piece of the score of John Williams this
Yeah.
is. So,
Yeah.
so
That's
let's-
awesome.
So let's watch the next thing. That's Legends of Tomorrow. It's not for everybody, but like I said,
But that looks like a lot of fun.
It's
I know
super
knowing nothing about
they
it,
meet
and like
Albert
I don't
Einstein,
know,
like, it's just
I don't
damn
know
fun.
all of the heroes that are on it, but
Yeah.
it seems like just like a good time.
You get a nice little intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody said these are all great as long as we don't talk about Arrow. Well, we're talking about Arrow. This is the next
Oh.
one. This is a trailer for the episode coming out tomorrow. It's called Bratva, tomorrow night on the CW. Let's play this trailer. Here we go.
What brings you to Russia?
You owe me.
To our imperfect union. Ready for this?
When I signed on, I didn't think I'd be stopping a nuclear arms sale in a foreign country. Look tough.
We never should have come back to Russia.
Mazarasha. That's got my a guy that I know,
Thanks.
Echo Kellum. Yeah, there he is right there. There's Echo playing Curtis.
Echo's a cool
great.
dude.
Here's the thing about Arrow. I think it takes itself too seriously.
Yep.
Yeah.
But despite that, it still has a really likable cast of characters and actors. Despite the fact that I'm not the biggest fan of Stephen Amell, I've seen so many episodes of Arrow now that like just seeing him in a suit talking in his kind of like, superhero-y whisper growl, like
Sure.
there's something comforting about it to me.
Right.
There's something where I'm like, I like him. I think he's like a handsome guy and I like his voice and he looks good in the Green Arrow suit and every once in a while I'm like, oh, that's a cool stunt. Like
Yeah.
it's not the best show. I think that this season has tried to do the more Flash thing where it's like, let's have more fun with it, and they put more jokes and they put more characters that have heart, and it's not everybody just taking themselves so seriously. So I think it's improved. It's still not, it doesn't fire on all cylinders. But I will say this too: that episode's happening tomorrow, and there's a lot of like flashbacks that deal with Oliver Queen in the 5 years that this character was missing. The other thing too is it's clearly like the Batman, trying to be the Batman character of all of the
Right.
shows. And it's boring, whatever. The flashbacks were anything in the flashbacks, even when he's in Russia, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Next week's episode, the one that I got to see yesterday, next week's, I'm not even kidding you, is the best episode of Arrow that I've seen for the entire series. And I've seen handfuls and probably a full season or two. The characters end up having a debate about gun control. This is all like
Interesting.
exclusive. Like I don't think anybody knows about any of this stuff. I'm letting
Hector,
you guys
you're
know.
gonna get in
and
trouble.
and the flashbacks they center around a character named Wild Dog, who was played by an actor I really like. The character's name is Rene Ramirez.
He was in
Reaper.
was he in Coach Carter back in the day?
Possibly, but he's such a great actor. But anyway, like the fact that they honed in on when they decided to focus on that character, I was like, this is a great damn episode of this show. Like because you end up liking certain characters and they do good character interactions and it's a fucking superhero show. Every once in a while, there's like cool effects and not so cool effects. And Arrow's I think the weakest link out of these shows.
And the thing
Because
with
it's not often fun. And Legends is always fun.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think this show really tried to set itself up to be the Batman Begins of superhero TV shows, and I think it did work in the first season. It did establish that tone. I think first season did a good job, kind of setting up all these things.
But I think it was still too soap opera.
But I think by season 2 we kind of got sick and tired of it, and they did announce that this season 5, is the last season that we're going to have Oliver Queen going back to flashbacks because it's 5 years, 5th season. After that, it should end with him finally coming back to Starling City or Star
Rick
City.
Gonzalez, thank you. Rick Gonzalez is his name.
Yeah.
And then for as far as news goes, it got picked up for a 6th season. It's
Right.
coming back.
Yeah.
Stephen Amell tweeted it out. And somebody found an old tweet of his from like seasons 1 or 2 or 3 or something, where he was like, if we get 6 seasons on the show, I will show up to day 1 of filming for season 6 looking like this. And it was a picture of Green Arrow from the comics with the goatee. With the Errol Flynn blonde goatee. So people were tweeting at him like, motherfucker, you better show up with this goatee. You know, so there you go. That's what Arrow's giving us.
Errol Flynn.
Yeah.
I love that. And I think Arrow is, like you were saying, trying to be more likable, trying to be more fun. But I still do think that, particularly Stephen Amell, the acting is still trying to be too serious. I think writing-wise, they're trying to lighten it up.
You could see the difference in the clips we just saw.
Yeah.
You could see the actors having, how they treat the material versus, the other thing.
I feel like for a long time, I've watched like 1 or 2 episodes of Arrow, and it's not necessarily my thing, but I can see why it'd be very enjoyable.
Yeah.
I feel like he was kind of filling this blank space in our hearts where like a Batman TV show should
of course.
be.
And it was originally I think started as a spin-off of Smallville. So it still has a lot of that stuff, that Smallville stuff in it, and they tried to depart. They had to really have a stark departure in that first season, but it was still a CW soap opera with good-looking people, and it's like, oh, my feelings are hurt, and it was all of that stuff in season 1, and it wasn't that interesting.
Plus, they were trying to do a Batman show for a while, but because of the Nolan universe, they didn't put him in Smallville, and like they've been trying to make Batman a TV show, and they just never got around to it.
There was an old sketch on Mad TV that made fun of WB CW shows like Dawson's Creek and Felicity back in the day that was called Pretty White Kids with Problems, where that was the whole high school. It's like, I don't know, like, the one back, Pretty White Kids with Problems. And the first season of Arrow felt like Pretty White Kids with Problems. And it wasn't until season 2 and 3 and 4 that it's like, okay, let's bring in some other characters and actors, and let's get away from, let's make them the mayor, let's do something.
Plus, I think, Arrow with Echo Kelm's character, Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, Curtis Holt,
Yeah, again, it's they're trying to diversify not only the cast, but also what types of characters he's got. Like, he's a gay character.
He's a gay character. He's married. And he's also black, as we saw. And he's also funny and super smart.
He's great.
He's a great...
He is freaking tall.
Yeah, he's a tall dude. He's a tall mother.
He's so freaking tall.
Super tall guy. But he's trying to emulate, I think, the vibe of a character named Cisco from The Flash, who's the best character on The Flash. Let's watch this preview for another. This is an entire scene that happened on the episode of Flash tonight. Let's take a look.
Look, that's the name of the restaurant where we just were.
Yeah?
I spoke to the owner, and he said he doesn't think that the restaurant can survive an attack like this, that they'd most likely have to reopen under a new name. It's all coming true, Barry.
No.
I thought things were changing.
Things are changing, okay? They are. I was supposed to stop Blunder, right? And instead Wally did. And we're gonna stop Savitar too. I'm making sure of it.
What if we can't stop all of this? I'm scared, Barry.
Okay. Maybe we should tell Joe.
No. No, we agreed that we wouldn't. Besides, you saw him earlier. He's planning for a future with Cecile. If we tell him about Savitar, it's all he's gonna think about. I can't do that to him. I won't.
Okay. Whatever you want. But listen to me. I promise you, I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that that future never happens.
Okay.
The future he's talking
Flash,
about.
all new tonight at 8, 7 Central on the
and saw his girlfriend Iris get killed by a bad guy, and everything is lining up that that's going to happen, and he's trying to prevent it. So that's a more serious side of what the show is. I think normally the show isn't that. The show is more not necessarily comedy, but just like
it's lighthearted.
It's lighthearted.
It's lighthearted. It's got great action.
Yeah.
Like it's not, but at the same time, it does moments like that really well.
And I was gonna say there, Candace Patton, who plays Iris West, has been getting better as an actor.
Oh yeah,
she's very.
It's
impressing me. And there was a moment or two in that scene where I was like, really great job. And and some stuff where I'm like, that's not so great. The same with Grant Gustin. He's so damn likable as Barry Allen.
Oh
and the character has become a mesh of different versions of the Flash, but also some Spider-Man Peter Parker where he's just kind of nerdy, dweeby, it's
a little bit
classic,
of Wally.
A little bit of Wally West where he's kind of funny and stuff. But the show has great father-son moments. The show has great veteran cast actors that come in, including bringing back John Wesley Shipp. But the actor that plays Joe West is fantastic. And Cisco's the best character on the show. So what the Flash is I think it's the best that this group of shows can provide, which is fun, but with a lot of heart.
Definitely.
And some spectacle every now and then.
Family is a big part of the show.
And it's a family show, and it's
which
a good damn family show.
It's really it is about fathers and sons, and they also deal with the fact that Henry Allen comes back into the picture, and how Barry has to deal with having Henry Allen and Joe being a part of his life.
Yeah.
But it handles it really well, and you really feel a bond between the actors, which I think is so important, because if you didn't feel it between Joe and Barry, then you wouldn't believe that Iris and him could potentially have any sort of relationship.
Exactly.
You wouldn't believe in the relationship between Wally West and his father and his sister, and even with Cisco and Killer Frost. What's her name? Caitlin Snow.
Caitlin Snow.
Yeah. They keep bringing back Harrison Wells in different iterations, and that's a lot of fun to keep Tom Cavanaugh.
Tom Cavanaugh's hilarious.
He's great.
He's so damn funny.
Yeah.
I think they also find creative ways to, like, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but every time I see a character written off, I think either the actor, like, they didn't vibe with the actor, or they don't think the actor's that great, or they literally run out of things to do with the character, and they will write them off for a while, and then, like, I think they go and figure out what to do, and then maybe they'll come back. Like, they juggle a lot of characters for each of these shows, and I think they do a pretty good job of it.
Eddie Thawne was a character that came back, or is coming back.
Yeah.
What do we got here then?
This last one.
What is this?
This is a Supergirl promo for next week's episode that's happening Monday night next week, because Supergirl aired last night. We'll watch this, and then we can kind of... I mean, I'm really digging everybody's conversations in the chat room talking about these kinds of genre, shows and family shows. And the last thing I want to say, too, about the whole CW superhero thing is that I feel like, again, they've done a great job for what I consider B and C list characters that they're given. They're not making a Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman show. They're given Supergirl, Green Arrow, and The Flash. And The Flash is the highest profile, and I don't know how they slipped by and were able to make that show. I think it was because it's like, well, there used to be a Flash show, so we know we can do it.
They struck lightning, Hector.
Well done, Augie. Well done, Augustine. Really well done. And Legends of Tomorrow is the most obscure, like, we got Heat Wave and the Atom and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is that I love superhero universes, and I love DC Comics. I love those worlds. When I have seen what they've done with these past two films, and they weren't for me, with the movie, the cinematic experiences, they're not for me. I don't think I was the demographic. Maybe I was a demographic, but I didn't like them. I'll be flat. I didn't like them, and a lot of it bummed me out, and I felt like a lot of different elements were kind of missing from what those stories, from what I enjoy similar stories to be in the comic book world. But I'm getting those feelings from these TV shows, like the fact that it's this shared universe, the humor, the heart, the spectacle. I get a lot of that from these shows. So this to me is kind of my DC live action universe.
It seems
for
like
now.
for a lot of them, they have found the tone that a lot of us are looking for.
Thank
A lot
you.
of our comic book fans are looking for something less dour, and so we see these, like, the bright colors and the feelings of hope, and that seems really exciting. And I don't really watch any of these shows.
And there's room
but
for
I
a
that.
darker tone. There's room for dour. But, like, look at what Marvel's done is they've relegated that to, like, a corner of New York and Hell's Kitchen with the Netflix shows, and their larger universe is still this sort of 4-color primary friendly 4-quadrant type of blockbuster thing. So let's watch this last promo for next week. Supergirl, Luthers.
We're the only two Luthers left, and we need to be there for each other.
I know she's your friend, but Lena's bad news.
I believe in her.
You have so much faith in her, but none of me is guarding you.
Together, we can do all the great things you ever dreamed of.
Everything we need to rid this planet of Kryptonians once and for all.
Supergirl, all new this Monday at 8, 7 Central on the CW.
And I believe
that's really rad, because
the sister Lena Luthor.
If you remember in God, what is it? Lois and Clark. I think they had Lex Luthor's father,
Lionel Luthor, sure,
yeah,
and he was
Lionel
a big part of
Luthor.
Smallville.
He was a big part of
Smallville.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I like about Supergirl is that they found certain Superman motifs to then kind of reshape to make it Supergirl specific. It's like, it's Supergirl, so why wouldn't her Luthor type character be Lena Luthor instead of Lex? Because Lex is in prison in this world, and he's dealing with Clark Kent. And bring in the mother, Lillian Luthor. And we've got a buddy to the show, friend of the show. I don't know if he's watching, Ryan Unicombe, down in Australia, an Australian filmmaker who posted an image of that battle Lex suit. and he was like, I got a show that just gave me like a live action glimpse of like a potential fully comic book accurate Lex Luthor battle suit that he fights Superman in. Like, that's amazing. Like, every week, Ryan Unicomb geeks out about what these shows give us, essentially. And I think that's a great way to take those shows. You know, to watch
he's right,
and
though,
enjoy
because those shows do give us, especially this one, because it deals directly with Superman. It gives us a lot of things from Superman that we've wanted to see in movies that we haven't gotten yet, like Lex Luthor's battle suit. Like, I've been waiting to see Lex Luthor battle Superman.
Six God 026 says Supergirl is the best of the Arrowverse this season. I'll give you that. Flash is kind of faltering a little bit, maybe tripping a little bit, but Supergirl, like I said, when it's come to the CW, like, they know what to do, they know what the audience is, they know what the tone is. It's fun, it's funny. Everyone's so goddamn good looking.
Plus, like, aside from them being so good looking, they are so charming.
Yeah,
Melissa Benoist, her scenes, whether it's with Mehcad Brooks or the actor who plays Mon-El, or if it's with any other character on the show, she's so charming, so
Somebody
likable.
said in the chat, why can't Supergirl also be sexy, be strong and sexy? And I'm like, maybe not sexy to you, dude, but I think Melissa Benoist as Kara Danvers and Supergirl incredibly sexy.
Just because she's not showing her butts and boobs.
Thank you.
She's intelligent.
Show.
I mean, it's her intelligence, it's her strength, and it's basically
Compassion.
how she presents herself as a character.
so damn
and
sexy
also
on
the
that
way
show.
she's dressed in the office, I think that's incredibly sexy because it shows that she's smart, she's got style, like she takes care of herself. I'm that is sexy. But one thing I will give this show that I love is introducing. You guys talk about like the heroes and stuff like that that you like where they're going. I like the villain aspect too because they introduce the Brainiacs. Like all the stuff in the Brainiac sort of universe, they have John Jones.
They just did White Martians.
Yeah, they
Manhunter.
have the White Martians. Come on, like they're taking on big. Like they got the Luthors coming in now. They got so much stuff that can lead to so many big epic stories that they're tackling, which is really, really brave, and nobody else is really doing it in the other Arrowverses that they're doing right now.
Sure.
So, I mean, Flash kind of has it.
Claire 58 says when a show can also make little girls in real life want to dress like her and be like her, that's what you should be looking at.
That's a
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
Claire.
you. Oh, okay. I think Price was saying that's what I was saying, that she was sexy and strong. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, she is.
Cool.
Plus, it's cool to like. I think her sister's a cool character. They really developed that character
I agree.
well. They
Again,
finally gave her
I
more
think
to do.
used to be was gonna be bad guy, and then they're like, let's make her the head of the DEO. And
Agreed.
Adam, what you got for us tonight?
So I didn't watch the Super Bowl, but I sure did watch a trailer for something that I love so much.
Show me! I've been waiting to see this
I
with all of you.
skipped this because I knew we were going to watch it. So
Yeah,
I haven't
same,
seen this
same,
yet.
Oh,
same.
fuck.
We're watching it right now, baby.
I'm watching Augie.
Here we go.
Look at my ego. You like my ego?
Oh my god. I love it!
What is that? The portal's open. Are they
awesome.
Are they leaking through?
Can we just play it again? Can we just?
Yeah. I want to see this.
Just play it from the beginning. That was priceless to see Augie's face. Oh my god.
Look at my ego. You like my ego?
That's the Kid in Wonder.
I love it!
What is happening? Yeah, dude. World's getting blown up. Baldy, give it to me now. Give it to me now. Give it to me now.
Money, nothing's happening.
I'm gonna
How
tell
are
you.
these kids gonna fight a whole nother dimension leaking through that portal? I don't.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Like, I am so down to wait until Halloween. Like, it's
know.
gonna be a sweet, sweet wait. And
Oh
you
my
know, if it's
God.
Halloween, you know that everybody, like, the beginning of October is gonna be like, Stranger Things season 1 rewatch start
Now.
Like, oh,
I've watched this series 3 times.
Yeah.
The weekend that it came out, I forgot that it had come out, and so I was like, okay, I gotta watch one episode at least to see what this is all about.
Yeah.
Then, like, I started watching it, and I saw the Spielbergisms, the Carpenterisms, and like all these things from the 70s and 80s that I love. The way it's composed, the way just everything. And I was sucked in. I stayed up till 7 a.m. the next. I stayed up all night watching the show.
Yeah.
Then we did a live stream of the entire first season, and then I think I went back at some point. I watched it with, I can't remember who I watched it, but I watched it again. The show is so great, and I love and I love so much that it does like what you were talking about with Rick and Samurai Jack, how it takes all these things from the history of film, all these different visions of all these different filmmakers,
New mythology,
and it goes, here's something new, but something that feels very familiar.
That's how nostalgia should be.
Yeah.
That's
It's very much its own thing. It almost like we watch a lot of the old media through a lens of nostalgia, but it took all that. It's kind of like what the Renaissance fair is to medieval times. It's like it takes all the best parts of it, it cleans it up. It has like positive female characters, for instance, and it just repackages it.
Amazing.
Yeah, it just repackages it as a beautiful, nostalgic piece told through modern sensibilities. Plus, it's so perfect. The pacing, as I said earlier, the pacing is so perfect for a Netflix show. It's 8 episodes, so it's like perfect tight storytelling, nothing extraneous. Everybody has their own little arcs, and it subverts a lot of those 80s tropes that are kind of hokey.
Chaotic Looney, how do you not have Netflix, Chaotic Looney? It is like $8, right? It's $8 a month. And
the lowest tier,
well,
I think, is like
actually, I mean, I understand. A lot of us,
the world will open up for
you. A lot of people just share Netflix accounts.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's very true. You gotta get that shit.
You're right, though. I think the one thing that Stranger Things did so well was the fact that it took that story and told it beautifully in 8 episodes.
Oh yeah.
My biggest complaint about Marvel's Netflix series is it's so long.
Too many episodes.
And I think Stranger Things, it's such an easy watch because 1, you get sucked in from the first 5 minutes. 2, it really the arcs and the story and like the characters themselves, they're so beautifully positioned from the beginning to end to just do this so perfectly. And when you get to the end, you feel so satisfied with where the show goes.
Hey!
Eat any good books lately?
Ghostbusters.
Ooh, damn. Got it.
Good
job.
Well done.
Beginning of the first movie when they're in the library, the very beginning.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
It must be.
So.
It must be. It has to be.
Okay, really?
Am I wrong? Watch me be wrong.
Yeah,
be that confident.
And then Dustin and I, for the longest time, were trying to figure out where this takes place. And I had read things that it was Halloween. Seeing those guys in Ghostbuster uniforms obviously gives it away. Yes, this is Halloween, 1984, a year, probably like a year and a half later. So I'm super excited that they are fully kind of going to kind of embrace this horror, this Halloween sort of theme.
Yeah.
And seeing that, like, wow, did Will Byers open some sort of a portal where more of these creatures from the Upside Down are coming to our world?
That's what it
is
looks
it a
like.
nightmare? Like, what's going to happen? Because that character, as we saw at the end of the first season, he's still going through some traumatic shit.
A lot of the first season was about discovery, and that was what was really intriguing about it. And it that way it could follow a lot of the classic film tropes where, you know, kids think something is wrong. Kids try to tell adults. Adults don't believe them. And I'm curious to see what they'll pull from for the sequel. Will they go to a lot of classic sequels that were enjoyable and pull from those sort of sensibilities and beats? Because like beat wise, it was perfect for the kind of nostalgic stuff we were talking about.
I got like a little bit of like a Poltergeist sort of a feeling.
I got a very
trailer.
like horror, like Nightmare on Elm Street, type.
Yeah, so
that shot was Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's great.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
so I'm so excited for season 2. I think the Duffer Brothers have done a great job. I'm so happy that the show won Best Drama Ensemble at
deserves all the
at the
awards.
SAG Awards. That was
good.
such an unexpected surprise. I was sitting there on my TV, and I was going, please Stranger Things, please Stranger Things. I know probably not going to win because it's among all these other Titans. And they said Stranger Things, and I jumped out of my chair at home, and I started freaking out because it's such a great show. If you have not seen it yet, you have access to Netflix. Watch it. I promise you will not be disappointed, and you will want to go back and you will want to watch a bunch of horror movies from the 70s and 80s.
I love seeing everybody's theories about
it's crazy
because there are a lot of everything had like a pretty good bow, and at the end, except for there's one character that we all love, but there were still a lot of unanswered questions in a good way.
Totally,
like it leaves room.
Guess what? My top played song on my Spotify was last year. The theme song for Stranger Things. I think one day I had it on loop for probably about 8 hours.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's so good. It's so good. All right. Shall we move into?
Oh, it's trailer time.
Is it trailers?
Let's talk about trailers.
You want to remind people exactly what we're doing too? What the things that we're
TV trailers, guys. If you tip $25, you can give us your favorite quote from a movie or TV show, and we'll try to guess it. And if you wanted to tip $50, you can give us any movie or TV show and pick one of us to accept an award for the Academy Award for Best Film or an Emmy Award for Best Drama, Comedy, or miniseries, whatever.
And once we reach 500 tips,
Dustin Rant Cam.
You guys
Piracy.
He's back there. He's
what does he think about it?
Steaming.
The heat, it's making me sweat off my
Is
back.
he pro or con?
Ugh.
Hashtag Barb watch.
We'll find out.
All right, first trailer of the night. This is very interesting. I still haven't watched this, but let's see if this trailer is what I'm hoping it is.
Tonight, Gotham, you too shall be reborn.
Was that the preview before the preview?
It was
I
the
hate
trailer
those.
for the trailer.
Your legacy will be death and madness.
Stood up. A man with no fear. Hang on to your hats, folks, because you ain't seen nothing yet. It's you. It's really you. He's still dead. I know he's still dead. You promised them Jerome. We are all Jerome. It's still a little fuzzy. Where's my face? What's that? This guy's hilarious. So, how's it look? It looks good. Tonight, Gotham, there are no rules. Do what you want. Kill who you want. You too shall be reborn. Oh my God.
We're getting reports of a riot growing on the west side, as well as widespread looting uptown.
It's not just the cult anymore. Ordinary citizens are taking Jerome's cue.
Get those freaks in the cages! You know where Jerome is? Where is he? Look around! He's everywhere! You don't want to miss what happens next.
What do you say, Bruce? Want to have some fun before the main event? Let's turn that frown upside down. You want to kill someone? Let's get on with it.
Shall we end the night with a bang? Or better yet, I'll go.
Ready?
Not really. Face it, kid. Gotham has no heroes.
Brucey. You want to be a hero?
Yeah, man, he's
Wait,
8.
did
Why
all
wouldn't
of
he be?
this already happen in previous episodes, or
Yeah.
okay, and
A
they're
lot
just
of it
catching
did.
you up?
Yeah. Because they're like, watch our show.
Okay, so like people, I thought that I saw that episode where that kid is in the interrogation room and people like he's the Joker, but then I thought the showrunner said he wasn't the Joker.
I think they changed their minds.
And then they changed their minds, I guess, and then
Yeah.
now he's like New 52 Joker with the mask.
Yeah, I think the thing with this is they probably were not expecting this actor's performance to get the reaction that it did.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so they
Turns out people like the Joker.
Yeah. Duh.
What? I thought
Who
nobody
would've
liked
thought?
that guy.
And I think that's the biggest reason why they try to figure out a way, because I think they had already written this character's death and then they shot it and everything, and then they saw kind of the outcry for people to be like, what the fuck, this is the best, he's the best thing about this stupid show. So they found a way to bring him back. Honestly, like, I didn't watch the episode, I watched just the scenes that he's in. Based on the episodes that I have seen of the show, he is my favorite thing about the show that I've never watched. But I still because for what the show is, I'm still not on board with it. But if somebody were to tell me, like, put a gun in my head and tell me to watch it, I watch it simply to watch his performance.
And so you don't get your
You know what they did? They jumped the shark. They did what Supergirl is not doing, which is focusing on the iconic characters that they shouldn't even focus on in the first place.
I mean, that was my problem with it when I first started watching it, was that they had all these like, oh, look at all this rogues gallery, and look at there's Batman and Catwoman, and I wanted it to be Gotham PD, and it wasn't. And I mean, it's at least like, it feels like they've kind of figured out the tone, which is like kind of bonkers
for children.
Which is like,
the
that's
guy with
cool.
the space stapled back
Again,
on?
like tone is important, and like the tone was all over the place for that first several episodes.
It feels like it should be.
it
feels like it should be in the Tim Burton universe.
It feels like it should be.
and that's
in,
fine. That's fine.
It feels like it's an adults who love the Adam West Batman.
Yeah,
and they're like,
yeah.
let's have all of our actors like treat this so seriously, but not let them know that this is the Adam West show.
Yeah.
Like not let them know that when we get to Bruce Wayne becoming Batman, he's gonna put on a little bright blue cloth
with little tiny bat ears and bat eyebrows.
And the way that they treat like criminality and insane people and villains is the way that I think like seriously 7-year-olds think is the scariest thing in the what 7-year-olds think like psychotic people are.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
oh my God, he's unhinged. And when he's like, where's Jerome? And he's like, look around you. I'm like, none of that is real.
No.
It's very cartoony. It's
So
very cartoony.
I was watching this. I'm like, remember how in like The Dark Knight when the Joker had like his cronies, they were all like silent.
Yeah.
Like he flipped open the truck and like he had a
So
bazooka and they're all
scary.
just like dry. You know what I mean? Like they're all just like silent, terrifying dudes that are like drug addicts and stuff.
That actor that was
in The Dark Knight.
Yeah, he's in The Dark Knight. He's
Oof,
he's amazing in
I thought that was full of tea.
That's so funny. Like he's a Joker goon again. I mean, did they do that on purpose?
Pass for me, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, like, we'll take anybody.
The one
in
thing
a Batman
I
movie.
really do like or I appreciate about the show is I think the production design is
so
really
good
good.
looking.
So good. That's why I always say it
What
feels
a
like it
waste.
should fit into the Tim Burton universe because
Yeah.
it feels like it really embraces that. And the cinematography on the show is damn good.
Yeah.
It's just such a
really,
shame.
really
It's shot
good.
in New York, so like
it's
the show shot in New York.
It is, yeah.
I
So
would-
Jim Gordon's on a sidewalk and like the hot breaths coming out of him when he's like, we gotta find it. I'm like, fuck, this show looks so good.
None of that is the look is not the I actually worked at the VFX house that does Gotham, so I did a few Gotham stuff.
Awesome.
They handle it like fucking professionals.
Yeah.
But that's not the issue with the show. It's they forgot what they were. Remember, they were supposed to be a cop procedural.
Yeah.
Now it's the Joker. Now it's Joker time.
All right, let's move on.
Who doesn't like we know what the Joker is. We know what his character is. We know that people gravitate towards him. Why?
How are they not getting shut down by Warner Brothers Studio? Do you know what I mean? How
They have a
it's
deal.
It's
How
probably
they
a money
must
laundering
have a
scheme.
deal.
It's a money.
There's a
that's
deal.
money
They have a deal
laundering
with Fox.
scheme.
Like
Yeah.
they barely let Supergirl use Superman for 2 episodes
Yeah.
so far, but they're like, Joker, go ahead.
Joker,
You know,
take that
every other
guy.
Batman character, go ahead.
Yeah.
Speaking of prequels,
Here we go.
Oh yeah. Let's
So,
go.
Oh my
get
God.
debit card, or do you want to sign this? Give me that.
Everybody on the ground!
This is the origin story
Oh
for
my They've gone too far.
My condolences. I'm a director of an emergency covert team. You tackled those gunmen on the train to protect 93 other passengers.
You're recruiting me.
Don't let Callie die for nothing.
My daughter. Boy, can I get your daughter back?
Every week, someone else will be taken.
entire cartel.
Someone else will be taken.
Every week,
There's
y'all.
only one man we can save, not Liam Neeson.
Liam
You're
Neeson.
wired to protect others.
he's a Nissan Maxima.
Yeah.
It's how you're built. It's who you are. It's what you believe in, Brian.
Fuck you.
Oh my God.
Hardest task.
Guys, I
Hardest
A
love.
series loosely based on the films. It's gotta go.
Hardest pass. on
Look,
it.
gotta go.
I
I'm
think
sorry.
I think the first Taken movie is great. I think they did a really great job with that movie. I thought it was a great vehicle for Liam Neeson.
It kicked off the whole
Yeah.
revenge porn dad
Exactly,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
I think the only way that this show, in my opinion, can work is you cannot have a Taken situation every week. It needs to be seasonal, and it needs to be it needs to be a story that can take us. Like that's why I think it's hard because it's 22, 23 episodes.
Nah, dude. This girl's taken every week,
every
Adam.
Oh, God,
is that actually true?
I
don't.
the
I
world.
don't.
He needs
You're
to be
right.
at every continent every week, just
Yeah.
flying
It's
back
gonna be
and
like
forth. seeing who's
CSI, where they solve a murder a week.
No.
Yeah,
he
like
solves a tick
if
in a
it's,
week.
if it's that sort of a show where it's like every week there's a new mission, I don't think there's no way it'll sustain. But if they do it, if they break it up into chunks and they do like every 4 or 5 episodes and it's some kind of a new story, a new mission that he has to go on in different parts of the world, then I could possibly buy into it. But without Liam Neeson, I feel like it's going to be really
Seasonal
hard to
would be
win the audience over.
A different daughter every
Or the same
week.
daughter every single time.
Guys, is there a poll? Well, I would love to see what people. Was there a poll for the last? For
I don't
Gotham?
know if these are. I mean,
Okay.
I would, like
all
Limitless.
right.
Limitless was a really
Let's
great
just-
movie, and I'm curious how good or bad.
There's
the show
Limitless.
Is.
There's Lethal Weapon. There's Rush Hour.
Rush Hour was
Hour's
canceled.
Minority Report.
Minority Report.
Yeah, Minority Report was
MacGyver.
canceled.
Wait, no.
MacGyver hasn't come out yet. Lethal Weapon, I actually enjoy to some extent.
Okay.
It's obviously it can't be the movies because the movies are R-rated and they're dark. The show is a little bit of it embraces
Burn
more
it
the
all down.
comedy of Lethal Weapon. So
Hard pass for me, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a negative.
I will give the pilot a chance.
I am
No.
curious to see if anybody is interested because
Yeah,
there's huge fans of the
put a
film.
poll out there in the
Yeah.
chat. 'Cause
But I don't.
really
I
want to
don't
know.
think anybody.
Someone
really
said Fargo's the gold standard.
wanted-
That's right, Greg.
Yeah.
Wanted. Fargo's really.
I'm interested to see how they present the show. If it is going to be a weekly
Rush
thing,
Hour. That's right. Rush Hour.
that was canceled. Yeah.
Hot second.
Good.
Hannibal was good.
I'm interested to see just kind of how they present it. If it's going to be a week-to-week thing, or if they're going to do like every few episodes, like how that's going to work.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they're smarter than to put a new kidnap every episode. Like, oh god, no.
They-
no, thank you.
I also noticed they're all like about action dudes.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
All those shows, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not
Why would they be
well,
about
not
anybody
Hannibal.
else?
I guess.
Not Hannibal
Come
or
on.
Fargo, but all of those shows.
Well,
yeah.
those are the ones that are working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Hopefully, it's better than what they've just presented us. But we'll find out February 27th.
I'm about to tell you the story of my life. More specifically, why my life ended.
If one thing had gone differently somewhere along the line, maybe none of this would have happened.
There are two.
People were starting to talk. I had to do something.
Two black
There are two black people.
Whatever Hannah thought she saw, she lied about it.
Maybe I'll never know why you did what you did. I can make you understand how it felt. If you want to know the truth, just press play.
That kid age?
Who is that kid? Who is he?
He's in. I think it's Percy Jackson, or he was in.
Is he the guy in Percy Jackson?
Confessions of a Wallflower, I think.
That looked really
Ja-
intriguing. The cinematography looked really good. Very attractive,
I-
diverse cast.
I need to see another.
I need to know what it's
Yeah,
about more. But I was deeply intrigued by it. I'd have to say.
I don't want to go deep down to the rabbit hole because I could be totally wrong. But I wonder if it's a show about a girl who commits suicide.
I think it might
and
be.
going back and like seeing what people contributed towards that happening. So
Towards that or figuring out.
yeah,
what
so I
happened.
think like they're trying to present it to be mysterious and dark, but also kind of like not so dreadfully dark.
Right,
But I think
right.
as we
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
unravel the show, it's going to be a lot deeper.
Yeah, and that's why
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm intrigued because it's
Yeah.
like you have a one premise and you have like this cast of characters like in a lineup
Yeah.
essentially,
Right,
like
exactly.
in front of lockers, so you get a lot of context based on just those simple cues.
Yeah.
And so I'm intrigued by it. I need to know more though.
Uber Baldy with the 1 cent.
Oh, Zoe Girl says love that
Here's
book.
one of my all-time favorite quotes. Good luck. Too tight. You could land a jumbo fucking jet in that. Quote.
wait.
Adam seems like he knows what it
Oh
is.
my god, I know I'm going to know this.
A jumbo fucking jet in that.
She actually said it too. Oh no! Now we know that if you put in a curse word, she'll say it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jet in that. Oh, what is that from?
The only reference that I'm getting is Deuce Bigelow.
Mm.
He's like, "Have you ever parked your bike in an airplane hangar?" But that's not it.
Dude, Ty, you can land a fucking jump. Or, oh god, what is it?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Guys, let us know what it is. Top Gun.
People are saying Top Gun.
Train.
Nah.
Con Air.
Con Air.
Got some guesses.
Con Air.
Snatch.
Air Bud.
It's not Air Bud.
Definitely Air Bud.
Anime
Air Bud.
Saint. It's definitely not Air Bud.
Everybody. Oh, it's Snatch. No way.
All right.
Really? No way. No, Really?
It's probably Snatch.
I don't remember. I just saw that recently. Oh, it's because she doesn't have an accent.
Yeah.
She doesn't have an accent.
That's right. We got it. Thank you. Thanks,
Oh, that's
guys.
great.
It's okay.
Oh,
Sorry,
man.
Uber Baldi. We wouldn't have got it anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah, we wouldn't have.
Yeah. Who says it though? Who? Oh, I can hear myself. That's unsettling. I don't like it. Make it stop.
There's a good echo over there.
Snatched.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
That last one was a pass for me. I don't think I'm the demographic unless I see another trailer that's like, here's what the show is.
Yeah.
Then I'll
Yeah,
be like, okay.
sure.
If I hear like really good things about it, then I'll give it a shot. You know,
Fuck you,
that's
Critter
the main
Nation
reason why I
3000.
watch Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Hey, where are we at? Where are we at with the dust busts?
Oh yeah.
Halfway.
Halfway to
We're
the dust bust,
halfway.
y'all. Almost there. Come on, guys. We're like halfway through the trailers too.
We need a dust bust before the
dust
show
bust
ends.
tonight.
Okay.
Look at him. Looking all stoic and shit. He's pissed.
I think what I said earlier made him mad too, so you better let him let me have it.
Oh, dang. Burning loins.
Just a reminder. So for every tip at $25, you guys can give us a movie quote as you have been doing, and we'll try to figure out what movie or TV show it is from.
Yeah.
For $50, you can select one of the panelists here and give us a TV show or film, and we will accept the Emmy or Oscar for that show or movie.
For
All
said
right.
show.
Next, Trey Lore.
Guess what Kelly told me last night? She and Ben are selling their home. It's a beautiful property. Great location, new kitchen. I think they'll give us the listing.
That'd be great, honey. We can't be realtors if we don't have listings.
What the fuck?
Oh, shit. Someone's coming. Hurry. Let's get us some... Act casual.
Oh my God.
Our life was amazing. But something happened to my wife.
I can't feel my heartbeat.
What? She threw up this. I didn't have formaldehyde, so I saved it.
That's not alcohol.
That was a crazy amount of vomit.
Oh my God.
I'm not a medical expert. It was a huge amount. She's acting different. I can cook that for you, sweetheart.
I'm fine. Did Mom die?
She is dead and also undead.
Zombie?
I don't like that word. I think it's inherently negative.
I don't like it either.
Well, let's not use it.
I do like the way that I feel. I have endless energy and I sleep 2 hours a night. I get so much done.
You eat people.
I know. It's just that I'm so much more confident. I can parallel park in one move now.
The undead are completely driven by their id.
But if I can't control myself, then I risk everything that matters to me.
I'm not setting you up to do this alone, sweetheart. I'm not gonna bail on you now. We have to kill someone who deserves it. I guess the prototype would be a young, single Hitler.
God, we'd be heroes.
Shit!
You guys are not great at this.
From now on, we fuck everything up together.
What kind of realtor are you?
Residential, but commercial on request.
It's a
show.
show. That,
Hardcore In.
Wow.
that looks so
Wait.
good.
February
It's
3rd.
out.
It's
Yeah,
already
it's
out.
out. I have a friend that said she was watching it, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
well,
out.
what is it? And that looks so
I was
know
gonna
that
watch
was
it.
good.
I was gonna watch
That
it last
looks
night, but
so good.
I hadn't seen anything on it.
I
and
going
now I'm
home and I
interested.
watching.
It's just the character relationships look really, really great. Like, I love families that are macabre but like love each other and work together, like Adam's Family.
Yeah.
For me is like family goals.
Hyper
Bob's
RPG
Burgers.
said though they
Bob's
saw the
Burgers.
first 3 episodes and weren't really into it. So
Yeah, there's a lot of that in the chat.
Hyper RPG
Oh.
in the chat.
I'm gonna go pass.
I don't know.
Yeah?
Really? That's a pass?
Man, that's a damn good cast, and it looked really good. But yeah, I'll go pass on it.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I
You tired of zombies?
maybe
Walking Dead left a bad taste in your mouth?
Walking Dead, iZombie mixed with a little Dexter, right? With a really good cast, but I'm not sold on the. I guess I'm not sold on the quality. I guess I'm hearing too many people right now in the chat saying like it's not so great. I don't know, and I'm also just again when it comes to TV, I prioritize. Like I'm so stupid. I'll watch any movie. I'll watch any movie. But if it's like Hector, try
Captain
this TV
America
show
Civil
out,
War for
I'm
the
like,
15th time?
I'm like, nah, man, I gotta finish Troll Hunters. I gotta finish that.
You still have all of Star Trek to finish.
I like the cast. I haven't seen
Let's-
Drew. I feel like I haven't seen Drew Barrymore in anything recently. So I want to. I want to at least watch like the first 2 episodes and give it a shot, and maybe I'll end up really liking it because I kind of like those type. Like I love Zombieland. It's obviously not Zombieland, but I like that style of
You
like
got
taking.
that vibe.
Yeah, I kind of got a little bit of like that comedic horror.
Augie, what are your thoughts?
I like it. I thought it was fun. I thought what's her
Could be
name
really
was
fun.
why did I
Drew
blank on her
Barrymore?
name? Drew
Drew
Barrymore.
Barrymore?
I was going
Yeah.
to say Cameron Diaz. I thought Drew Barrymore
You're
was
thinking
actually
Charlie's
yeah,
Angels.
I know.
Charlie's
I know.
Angels,
I thought Drew Barrymore was quite charming actually.
You motherfuckers.
Hector, Suicide Squad.
Thank you, Jesus God, very much for the
And
tip.
the Oscar goes to Suicide Squad.
Accepting the award is
Yo,
Hector
thank
Navarro.
you so much. Big thanks to my cast. It's David Ayer. It's me,
Oh,
David
it's
Ayer,
David Ayer.
director David Ayer. Big thanks to my cast. Big Willie style. That other black guy, what's his name? Ottawa. Don't make me say your name, man. Don't make me say your name, dude. I don't know how to say your name. Oh man, I can't say your name. Anyway, dude. I love you too, dude. Here's the thing, dude. I'm doing Gotham City Sirens next, and like I can promise you, dude, there's gonna be tons of tits, tons of ass. We're having Harley Quinn in them booty shorts. One more again. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna try to do another Latino stereotype, but it's cool. I'm married to a Latina. I can do whatever I want. I'm from Echo Park. It's cool, dude. It's cool. So, big thanks. A lot of haters on this movie. You know what I mean? And like, you just wait until that ultimate director's cut, which added those 2 scenes, I think it made a big diff. I think it's pretty clear. The Suicide Squad is daring. You've never seen a movie like this if you've never heard of Guardians of the Galaxy. You've never seen a movie like this if you've never heard of Guardians of the Galaxy. So big thanks to Warner Brothers for taking a big risk and finally greenlighting this after Guardians of the Galaxy. Thank you for continuing that trend of all we like is dark and gritty. That's what I'm here for, David Ayer. Peace out, David Ayer. Whoa, peace. I'm David Ayer.
I feel like David Ayer should have a hype man around him at all times.
Hey, thanks, Captain Coons.
So he hid it in the one place he knew he could hide something, his ass. 5 long
Christopher
years
Walken,
he
Pulp
wore this up
Fiction.
his ass. Then, when he died of dysentery, I hid this uncomfortable piece of metal up my ass for 2 years. And now, little man, I give the watch to you.
Love
And
that
now,
monologue
little man,
so much.
I give
And
the
now,
watch.
little
Pulp Fiction
man.
is in my top 10.
How do you
I
keep
give the
something
watch
in your
to
ass for
you.
2 years?
I've seen that movie like I think I watched it twice last year. I might just go home and watch that again before I watch
It's so
Before you
good.
watch this
the
zombie
Drew
show?
Barrymore show.
Yeah.
Favorite.
Damn
One
it!
of my
All right.
favorite.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
All
next
right,
one. Next one.
up.
Patriot.
Thanks for having me at the open mic night. I hope that's what the sign says. I'll just play something I've been working on tonight. In my head. Brazilians make up Luxembourg's labor force. They work as cooks or at the airport. And they're so poor, they live 6 guys to 1 apartment. Apparently 2. So you wouldn't hold it against one if some money just rolled on by. He just rolled on with it on his little European scooter. Now would you? I mean, you wouldn't murder him for doing that unless you had extenuating circumstances that allowed you to justify that somehow. Like if you didn't really work where people think you work, like an industrial pipe in an engineering firm, but you really work here. Thank you.
Everyone in the audience is like, what the fuck?
What?
I don't.
Intrigued.
I don't know.
At first, I was like, "This is too mumblecore for me."
Yeah.
But then when I realized that that's not what the show's gonna be, that was just like a unique trailer I am more intrigued in the show. I'm intrigued in, and I want to see another trailer that's like, okay, cool. That was very artistic, and if it has a sense of humor and if it's dark comedy, great. Show me what the show is actually going to feel like.
Yeah.
The scenes is actually going to. It's not going to be a guy playing guitar, obviously, for the whole
Right,
show.
like-
So the premise seemed kind of interesting. Because
Agreed.
It was a really well executed trailer.
Yeah, it was unique. It was well executed. I still don't know what to think though.
I like the way it was shot. I think it looked really, really good. And in the beginning, it kind of lost me, and I was like, why would I want to watch this guy at bars playing music and singing songs? I don't care. But then they slowly start to actually show you like, this is what's actually happening. You're like, oh shit, this is gonna be really interesting. This guy's like potentially gonna spill like government secrets through music.
Yeah.
And someone's gonna be like have his eye on him all the time.
Right.
Is there like there's gotta be more to this?
I thought it was gonna be a Johnny Cash origin story.
Oh, we already got Taken. We don't need.
I
another
like the
one.
options. It's binge, watch, or skip.
Oh, that's a good one.
Binge,
I
watch,
like
or
that.
skip.
I like that.
Bye, Erica. Bye.
Bye, Erica.
I would for me personally, I would watch the pilot.
Yeah, I'll
And
give
then
it a
if it's
shot.
great, I will
think it's on
binge.
Amazon.
I'll give it a
I think
watch.
it's on
It is
Amazon.
out already?
Yeah.
What is that yellow name? It's so damn bright I can't
It's
read
really
it.
No, I
hard
cannot
to.
read that.
But you,
BF Splat.
Wow, you can read that?
It's on the other screen. You can see it on the other screen.
no, that's still yellow.
Oh, well, I
can't-
can see it from
is
here.
it
It's
BF
BF Splat. Yeah.
Dang.
57% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay.
Really?
It's not
Dang.
great.
All
It's
right.
not great, but
All right. Well,
maybe
can't
it's
always
a
have a winner.
too
Yeah.
mumblecore. Maybe it's a
Yeah.
little too mumblecore. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, I guess I'll go skip for now. See another trailer.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
it sucks because you ask for trailers to do that, to be different. But then I'm also like, but I need information about like.
Right.
Tell me what the story is. I need
Yeah, you
information.
can't be that vague.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit, not too
guys,
much.
are we gonna end tonight with Iron Fist? I think we should.
Yeah, I think
We'll
we
see
should
when we
end
get
tonight
there.
with Iron Fist.
Okay. All right.
Erica, present.
Yeah, I do
3,
not have the best
2,
vision.
1.
We got it.
Go.
Are you new to Monterey? Yeah, we just moved here a few weeks ago. You're gonna love it. You're so nice.
What?
This is Monterey.
actress, I
We
love it, man.
pound people with knives to death.
Wait, didn't we?
Everybody wants to prove who's the richest.
Yeah.
We're talking about viciously competitive people.
And at the root of it was Madeline. Exactly how psychotic do you think I am? He's a lot younger than her. Celeste. She must be pretty, So bad.
We are so
Jake.
Oh.
Okay, Hector, here is a bitch of an Oscar. The Dark Knight Returns.
So the animated movie?
I guess. Yeah. Unless you meant The Dark Knight Rises?
Let us know what you meant
We
in
got
the chat.
clarification.
Should we finish this up and then?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
finish
yeah,
this
let's
up
finish this out.
and let us know what you meant.
Jane just didn't fit here.
Thought it was nice for the nannies to get to know each other.
Renata, Jane is not a nanny. Kind of like a dirty old Prius parked outside of Barney's. She's a mom, just young. Like you used to be?
Like we used to be.
Bitch. Ticking bomb. I'll leave it at that. Itty bitty ball of rage.
Battle lines were drawn.
Things never blow over. They blow up. Tick, boom.
Did you ever want it? Did you want it back? Oh, my.
I'm trying to decide whether I'm happy or sad.
Tears me apart.
People usually know.
And I know in my heart, in this cold heart.
It's like I'm on the outside looking in. I just feel like I'm losing control. So we're like seriously using the word murder?
Not sold.
I really like Dallas Buyers Club.
What a good damn cast.
I thought Jean-Marc Vallée did a great job.
Yeah.
What a good damn cast.
I like this cast.
Yeah.
I will give the pilot a shot.
I think
I
I'll
like
wait.
the way it looks.
I'll wait for the season to come out
Yeah.
and kind of get word of mouth. Like it
Yeah.
seems like about a subject matter that I'm not usually super interested in or know about, but it looks so damn good, so well made, so well shot, so well acted that like it's probably going to be really fucking good.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. It doesn't look like the type of show that would interest me necessarily, but it looks very well done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great cast, good writing, beautiful cinematography.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Premieres on February 19th, I guess. So
All right.
Okay.
All right, Hector.
Hello.
We figured it out. Dark
Dark Knight Rises.
And
Okay.
now accepting the Oscar for,
Oscar.
Yeah,
The
Oscar
winner,
Best Picture.
the winner of
Picture.
Best Picture is The Dark Knight Rises.
I'll be Christopher Nolan.
Oh boy.
Accepting the award is Christopher Nolan.
Thank you so much. I want to thank my incredible cast for coming with me on this journey for these many years. These 4 years. These more than 4 years.
Like
9 years. We started in 2005, and I think that we can look around and see the impact that superhero cinema has evolved into in this day and age. And I am so incredibly proud of our film and films. I know that we could not be here today without Heath, the incredible talent that was Heath. We've lost him, and it was gone too soon. But I want to thank the Academy for recognizing the type of film that normally doesn't get recognized. This was a labor of love. I want to thank my wife and my producers and everybody at Warner Brothers for taking a risk and allowing us to tell our story the way that we wanted to tell it. It's not easy to do with this type of cinema. And then I also want to say that this is the greatest experience of my life is making these films. And thank you so much. Thank you to the Academy. Thank you.
Great.
I didn't dislike that movie, you guys. It's a good movie. Like,
I don't know.
Didn't dislike it.
I don't either.
Oh, you disliked it?
I was just
I
trying to say.
no. I mean, there were things about it that
You guys
want
want to hear her things? $50 and have Erica do the acceptance speech for The Dark Knight Rises.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it. I love all of those films. All of those films are super fun, and I mean, Dark Knight is one of my favorite films ever.
Wouldn't that be crazy, Megalo? That'd
Yeah,
be nuts.
I got beef. I got a little bit of beef.
You sounded a little more like Christian Bale.
A little bit.
I'll take it, dude.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It's not easy for me to do that.
Yeah.
All right, next trailer. Legion.
Legion. Here we go.
David, your whole life people have told you were sick. I'll show you that it was really just a lie. The human race beginning to evolve. The divisions were created by our government to track and study people like you. And the ones they can't control,
like you?
they kill.
They're looking for us.
I could help you rewrite the story of your life.
Shall we begin?
No, I can't.
You're the key.
Were those
Key to
e-meters?
what? Winning the war.
Is this real?
All good in the head now?
You have an extremely large amygdala.
Thank you.
Man, I hope that's good, man. It looks really pretty.
Starts tomorrow.
Is he the lead character?
Yeah.
He's Xavier's son, right?
Professor X's son,
Oh.
yes.
With mental problems, but he's very powerful.
Great.
So it's going to be an exploration of mental illness with mixed with being a mutant and what it means in the
Sure.
X-Men
All right.
universe and
That was beautiful, beautiful. Like the production values are through the roof
Yeah.
for
It's
that.
I'm
great.
definitely checking
the
that
production value looks great.
Yeah.
I just and what I like about this most is that people said it would never happen, but Marvel and Fox are playing nice,
That's true.
which is good, which is a good thing. I don't know so
So
much
I'm-
about this show. I don't know if this
yeah.
is the property to explore that with.
Well, it's a good first one to
We'll see what
check it
happens.
out.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
And now Bryan Singer is they're doing another X-Men series where Bryan Singer is going to direct the pilot. So it's going to be interesting to see like how Legion, this new X-Men show, if it ties into the current continuity of the X-Men film universe, if it's a separate thing. They're trying. I think they're still trying to like figure all those pieces out.
I understand that it is a $1 billion franchise. It's worth billions of dollars. However, with one mediocre to bad X-Men movie and Logan wrapping up, in my head, I'm already like, just go to Marvel. I'm already like, that's enough for me to just.
We
you
called
guys
that
are
a long
You
time
guys
ago,
are
though.
grasping at straws.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
Yeah.
Bryan Singer to direct the pilot. You guys are trying, even though it's a very successful. It
Yep.
doesn't need anybody. In my brain, I'm already like, nah, just kick it over. It's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
Apocalypse
believe-
wasn't great, and
just-
Logan's gonna
Interesting.
wrap it out.
Look, Binge did not win. Watch. Watch one.
Watch,
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, and also I think I could be wrong about this, but I would assume that Watch One, meaning that people are going to follow the show throughout the season instead of waiting until the end.
Could be.
I could be
Yeah,
wrong because
that
it's
could be
not. It's not one of those shows that's bingeable.
Yeah.
Not all of the
Until it comes
episodes
out.
will be available. Correct.
Yeah,
correct.
exactly.
Correct.
Or maybe they will wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see. Okay.
Oh boy.
I had another name, but it's forbidden now.
No, please don't take her.
You girls will serve the leaders and their barren wives.
We only wanted to make the world better.
Better.
Better never means better for everyone.
My name is Offred, and I intend to survive.
Yo, dude, what a great cast.
That looks interesting.
What a great cast. I'm really, really interested in that.
So I haven't
what's
seen.
going on.
I haven't read The Handmaid's Tale. I've read a lot of other Margaret Atwood, but this is like a feminist manifesto, and they interviewed the creators of the show, and they said, "We're sorry. We wanted it to be really entertaining. We hoped it wasn't relevant." But it is.
Oh.
It is now.
Yeah.
So they were like, we didn't want this to be like a comment
yeah.
on our times, but that's what it ended up
Sure.
being. And I think we're going to need this show. So I really hope it's good.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to probably read the book before I watch the series.
Yep.
But I'm definitely seeing it.
What's the plot? Does anybody know the premise?
No idea.
What's the premise?
Erica probably knows it.
Oh, yeah, it's a dystopian future, and women are like second-class citizens. essentially,
non-compliant.
right? I don't know if you have any more.
There's these like male leaders, and they're assigned wives, and then so they have but they're not concubines. They're just like
Arranged marriages, essentially.
Yeah.
But
So
women
it's
don't have a say.
The world has been kind of fractured, and this is one country in what is alluded to the United States where
Love it.
commanders, they're called commanders, have a bunch of wives, and they get to do whatever they want. And the story follows the protagonist who decides that she's going to resist in any way she can. It's brutal, but it's so good.
Wow.
It's beautifully shot. Damn sure. The cinematography and the color, the tone, and the way it's composed, it looks really, really good.
Yeah.
I
want to check it out.
Yeah, I haven't read it just because I know it is so difficult. It is a difficult read, but I think I do because I really do want to watch the show.
It's sci-fi. That's what sci-fi is there for, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a shot. That looks interesting. I watched that with my girlfriend. Just his trailer, and she was just like, "That looks interesting."
Well,
Lots of
I am
talent.
curious.
Looks beautiful.
First of all, it doesn't look like many people are voting. If you're in the chat, it doesn't take much. You should definitely vote.
Just
also, I'm curious about
keyboard.
why people are choosing skip. I guess we didn't really see a ton there.
Yeah,
Well, I
there
think it's
wasn't a lot.
context.
I mean,
if people don't have enough
Yeah.
context, I mean,
Yeah.
if I see a trailer and I don't know, if I wouldn't have
it's
known what
true.
you just told me, I'd probably be like, "It looks really good," but what's happening?
And if you
Yeah.
do know,
Yeah.
it is also people are saying it seems really heavy. To people
Yeah.
aren't
Yeah,
really interested in
exactly.
that.
It seems really, really heavy.
Thanks if you voted. Thanks.
Yeah.
And
Thanks
if
for
you
voting,
didn't,
guys.
that's cool too. But you can vote if you want.
Yeah. All right. What's next, Adam?
I don't know that guy. No, do I? I don't know.
Thomas Jane.
Oh, is it? It's TJ.
Captain had us clean out your quarters. Naomi dropped a few cancer med charges in there for you. Hey, you want to snort? Free booze, free booze. Katina. Well, hey, let me keep the bottle. We'll savor the trip. Here's how. So I'm dipped in shit right now. Oh no. This shit is permanent. Captain doesn't want you around anymore. We don't want you around either. For what it's worth, I get it. He killed your girl and you shot him. Just a guy who needed to go down. The captain always gets a little jumpy when you kill people without talking it over first. Yeah, I'm sure you would have asked for permission, too. Well, here's the thing. You and me, we're a lot alike. We've been around. But the captain, well, he's as close to righteous as it gets out here. So when you says you're out, that's just how it is. Because the way I figured, he's probably right. Sure as hell has a better chance of being right than I do. You keep picking fights with the wrong people.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching.
So lost.
Make sure you visit our YouTube channel here.
I feel like that trailer was meant for somebody who already has seen it.
Scene
I
from
don't
the next
know.
episode. So you'll know absolutely nothing about the subtext.
That was
at all.
I don't know what that is.
You should watch the trailer. Malika and I got hooked on this on Sunday, and we watched 14 hours straight without stopping because we got fucking hooked. It's some of the best casting I've seen on TV, like some of the most diverse casting I've seen on TV. Some of the smartest writing of what it would actually be like in the future for space. Like, there's hardly any frill to it. I mean, even just taking a turn in your spaceship is kind of like strap in, take pills for nausea and everything else because your body can't handle the G's and all this other kind of stuff. Like, it's fucking tense. It's so good.
A lot of people talk about the show, and I see billboards for it all over
Is it
LA.
the next Battlestar Galactica?
I'm already liking it more.
More than Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar was my favorite sci-fi.
Yeah.
And after the 14 episodes or 12 episodes we watched, I'm like, yep, it's above Battlestar.
Interesting.
Let's watch this. I want to watch a trailer.
Okay, let's watch a real trailer now.
Malika likes it more than Battlestar too.
May I ask you something? Do you miss Earth? These endless blue skies, free air everywhere, and open water all the way to the horizon. When you spend your whole life living under a dome, even the idea of an ocean is almost impossible to imagine.
They are an entire culture working together to turn a lifeless rock into a garden. We had a garden, and we paved it.
Someday, things gonna change.
Earth and Mars have been stepping on the necks of the Belters out here for over 100 years.
You want to be careful how far you want to take this. We're all in this together. We are fighting for something precious here.
They built their solar system on our backs, spilt the blood of 1 million of our brothers, but in their eyes, we're not even human anymore.
Heaven help your enemies.
Heaven help us all. Earth must come first.
We make it all this way, so far out into the darkness. Why couldn't we have brought more light?
Interesting.
I like.
Okay.
2015.
You're way behind the times, Hector. Okay.
All right. It looks really interesting.
I'm probably gonna throw that on next time I can.
Right.
Give me more.
Yeah, Tegan's been marathoning it, and I was like, oh, okay. Sci-fi.
You're like, what are you doing, nerd?
Well,
what are you watching, you nerd?
I mean, sci-fi. the channel sci-fi has a bit of a reputation, I guess.
It does.
Hit and miss.
Like in the last 2 years, their shows are kicking ass.
Yeah.
Really?
They changed their entire direction, and they bought like 8 shows that are all super top quality.
Interesting.
Awesome.
They flipped.
They flipped
Cool.
it.
Yeah.
They flipped it.
Chat room will tell you.
Yeah, the chat room.
Still doing that Sharknado shit too?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they are.
I'm sure
Yeah.
they are. I'm sure
Sharknado
that's what made them,
41.
That's what made them all their money, so they could buy all
Yeah.
those TV
Exactly,
shows.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. The final trailer, the grand
Trailer for
finale.
I haven't seen this yet.
Hi, I'm Danny Rand. I've been away a long time.
Let's go. You don't belong here.
I'm Danny Rand. Guys, I just want to talk.
Welcome to Rant Enterprises.
I left here 10 years old in a jet with my parents. I became the lone survivor.
Danny Rand, back from the dead. Why's he waited this long to show up? How the hell did he learn martial arts?
Where'd you train?
Kunlun. My father instilled in me a love and respect for this company that has never faded. This is my home.
Rand is my company.
This city is no place for Danny Rand.
We put in practice and discipline, no giving up, no giving in.
Danny, what happened to you? Why are you really back here?
Some bad people have gotten on the inside. Criminals.
I know what they are, what they can do. To fight them, we need someone with special skills.
I've been training my whole life for this. This is my destiny. It's time.
I'm going with you.
No, you're not.
You need me.
A change is coming, Danny.
Become what you were meant to be.
I am the Iron Fist.
What the hell does that mean?
Oh, that's what it means.
Yeah. Woof. I had a buddy online who said, I liked the Iron Fist trailer, but I didn't like the dubstep. And rewatching this trailer for the second time, I'm like, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah,
it looks like Daredevil. It looks like Daredevil mixed with the trailer's trying to be hip hop, trying to be Luke Cage. I think some of the songs in the beginning.
It did look a lot like, but I think
Yeah.
this. So out of all the trailers we've had from all these shows that we've seen,
Mhm.
this one is the most generic. It doesn't really have that standout style
Luke
that
Cage
everybody
had
else had.
suave and style.
And so
Luke
did
Cage was
Jessica
suave
Jones.
and sexy.
It
Jessica
doesn't. It doesn't know what
That's
it
why I
wants to be
said-
like. Each of the films so far has been like a genre of film.
Exactly.
This
Exactly.
one doesn't know what it wants to be.
Jessica Jones came out with those splashes of color with the purple
Yeah,
watercolor.
but I mean, even
looking.
so, like Jessica Jones is like a noir
Right.
sort of like private detective
Right.
film.
So the
Luke
genre
Cage
of Iron
fun.
Fist is
Supposed to be
is
kung fu
cinema.
action
Kung fu cinema,
flick,
yeah.
but
so and this,
but
this
obviously
felt-
it can't be that.
Yeah,
though.
this felt like it wasn't that.
You think it was the music? Do you think it was the dubstep?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to judge it because the trailer is not what an episode of the show is going to feel like. So an episode of the show might feel like kung fu cinema.
Yeah.
We barely got a glimpse of certain characters of the I'm forgetting the name of that actress who was in Daredevil. What her character's name was?
Madame Gao?
Madame Gao.
Yeah.
We don't know how much she's going to be in it, or who that guy who's trying to take over Rand is going to be in it. We don't know.
David Wenham.
David Wenham. I really like Colleen Wing. The character of Colleen Wing is a fantastic character. She's right there. She's kicking ass. And then we see Claire Temple again.
This show should have been about her.
But I was also paying attention to your guys' reactions to this stuff, and there wasn't like those big moments where we were like, oh, it's Night Nurse.
The big
oh,
moments
like all
at
these
the
people.
end. The big moments at the end.
Right, but they were, I don't
Yeah.
know, like the other trailers didn't
pretty
focus
dope.
on the power. They focused on the character and
Yeah.
what they do with their power.
Yeah.
This is just like, oh yeah, well I can punch stuff real hard.
Sure.
And
Sure.
that was
There
it.
was some character in the beginning when he was had some humor and he was like, I'm a
Yeah.
homeless person coming off the street.
So Wirecast has definitely crashed.
Oh, great.
It's frozen,
Oh.
so the only way we can fix it is to close Wirecast and reopen it. Like they can hear you right now, but we have it's eventually just gonna shut down.
Okay.
So we're gonna try to get ahead of it. So we're gonna go to a wait video for. I'm gonna time Lucas. We should time him and see how quick he can do this.
Let's do it. I mean, that was the last trailer of
Let's
the
put
night
some
anyway.
pressure on him.
So are we frozen right now, but they can hear us?
No. You're still on screen. We just can't switch out of this screen, and it's just a matter of time before it just decides.
Before everybody
to
goes
stop.
down.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, in
Because
that
it's
case,
already
we'll
frozen.
be going back down. We'll be right back up. Stick with us.
1.
Dun, 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 dun,
Two.
dun, 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 dun.
For every second that you're offline.
Look at me. Would I lie? I would, but I would. Literally sells drugs. Erida, literally, she sells illegal drugs. Literally.
I think
people might be fornicating in this building.
Why, sir, you are quite a perceptive gentleman.
This blood ritual sacrifice probably was unnecessarily violent, or perhaps necessarily. I don't know blood magic. Magicians are weird.
He's gonna boxcar it.
Pow!
Pow! Pow! Pow! Pow!
Out from behind him.
Did you just fart on me?
Basically, he farted on you.
Well.
Get wrecked! I killed you and now you're a ghost. But don't worry, ghosts love trivia party games.
Yeah.
Oh no! No, dead finger! I kept hitting T instead of F!
I like that cat. It looks like a personal pan pizza, but shaped like a cat.
Everybody at home, if you're drinking any kind of liquid, take a toast because no one is negative.
Here's to zero!
Here's to zero!
Tony Stark would pay his taxes, but fuck he would. No, he wouldn't.
Zach's face will not be a part of it, I promise.
At its heart, Aladdin is a heist movie.
Is it?
No.
Oh, you don't want to affirm it? What? Is this our first on-screen fight?
Guys, with the bits, I'm full already. I'm getting quite full.
Apparently.
Be honest.
Oh, we're back.
Are we
back?
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
So the character of Danny Rand had an opportunity to be cast as an Asian actor in when they were casting the show, and they decided to cast a white actor to play Danny Rand, who's white in comic books, who comes from an era of exploitation of kung fu cinema in the 70s in Marvel Comics. And the thing that the silver lining in that is I looked at that and I went, if they make the show about a white guy who came from wealth in New York, who travels to Asia and is essentially raised by Asian people and taught stuff, but raised by them, and then comes back to the United States, make the show about identity, make the show about the differences between what it is to be white and Asian and whatever else in America, the difference, all that means, like make the show about that.
Right.
And that wasn't in the trailer.
No, not at all.
Like, and I would love it if a character like Colleen Wing, who is an American character who happens to be of Asian descent, like deals with, like basically calls him out on BS. Because Danny Rand, as a character in the comic books, is the partner to Luke Cage, and I think it's really interesting that the guy who becomes the best friend of Luke Cage is a white guy who came from money, but who doesn't know about how white and black people are supposed to relate to one another in the United States. You know what I'm saying? He's the ultimate outsider. He's like, you're my best friend. Like, you're like me. Like, well, let's be partners. Let's do Heroes for Hire. And he has this naivete about him where he shows up and he's a fish out of water and he doesn't know the United States for 10 years.
Right.
You know, he remembers being a kid, but like he shows up and he has a totally different philosophy and culture and upbringing and mixed with his family. So I think that the character of Iron Fist can be really fun and funny. He was the proto basis in the comic books for what eventually became the Hawkeye run of Matt Fraction's Hawkeye. Like Matt Fraction did Immortal Iron Fist in front of that with David Aja, a similar art style and everything. So he's a really, really awesome character when they play up the fact that he is of two worlds. And when they have comic books where he interacts with Luke Cage and he will say stuff like I'm white, Luke, I have a bunch of money. Like, I want to do this and I want to do that. And Luke's like, I'm not going to take your money. You just can't do that. That's not how things work.
Right.
Like, that's when the character is awesome because of that really interesting dynamic. And it comes from the era where mostly white characters would be the stars of like stories involving Asia and Asian characters. And that's unfortunate. But like I said, they could have made a fix. They didn't. They could have still made a fix in the same way that Daredevil was about Catholicism to a degree and being a lawyer. Jessica Jones was a female character who's dealt with sexual assault. Luke Cage was a show about what it means to be black in America. The showrunner was like, we finally have a bulletproof.
And then suddenly, Danny Rand is a wealthy Caucasian man who learns the arts of the Orient, and it just feels like such a weird juxtaposition.
It is.
Oh, can we get the vanity monitor, please?
Hold on. I don't
Subscriber.
think it's working.
Oh, okay.
Wait, was
well,
that?
thank you for subscribing.
Okay, cool. Thank you for subscribing. I couldn't see who that was. But Erica, I know exactly how you
it's
feel.
hard. And like while we were down, I said like I don't honestly know how to talk about this without like being kind of a downer because I know a lot of people are excited about it.
Right.
It's a Marvel TV show on Netflix. It's good. I mean, they've all been amazing so far. They've all surprised me and been quality programming. However, I can't really let go of because I mean people will bend over backwards trying to justify to me why they couldn't have had an Asian lead character. And when you have to do that much work to justify it, it just seems like it might have been easier to have an Asian character and have something surprising and interesting in the way that all of the previous Marvel shows
Do you guys
have done.
remember when the Fantastic Four movie with Michael B. Jordan was like, we got Kate Mara as Susan Storm.
Yeah.
And they were like, don't worry. It's for like a good reason. And it was for no good
It was
fucking
for no
like,
reason at all.
There's like one sentence, I'm adopted. It's like make the story like so she didn't need to be like you like have a conversation about it, have a paragraph in the movie about
maybe make a statement on adoption or
something because what's more common than in a family that has adopted family members, which is totally legit, is just a black family. And what's more common than a guy being really good at martial arts who happens to be white is a guy being really good at martial arts who's an Asian guy. A guy being good at Asian stuff who happens to be Asian. Like that's more common. So again, I think they dropped the ball initially, and you can easily make the story about that. And it's not a justification, but it's like just make it about that because there's something there. There's something.
Given the intelligence and what I've seen from the rest of this Marvel series,
hopefully,
I don't think that has passed on them.
I hope
not. I don't think, and I think honestly, it's going to have some kind of commentary about his identity and what he really identifies as. Oh, what was that?
Awesome.
Oh,
thanks, Mr. Leangelis.
And just like we're getting a Punisher show, that's going to be about gun violence in America.
Exactly.
You know it is. That's the Punisher.
Exactly.
All of them have been really great about social commentary, and I've really appreciated that. So this is why it feels disappointing, especially since
I agree.
I mean, honestly, they haven't been great about Asians in all of their previous shows.
No,
except for there was that one Asian American cop in Luke Cage, and that was exciting.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, he was. He had like a line. He had a line. But to me, that's the only Asian American character.
That's not where you're gonna find it. You gotta look on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You know, that's where it's at. So pick up the pace, Marvel. Come on, you got it.
Yeah. All right.
I think. What was I gonna say about the? I think the trailer really focuses on the tone. And doesn't really focus on context and story.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which is like they could have given us a little bit more to really give us an idea of like where this character kind of not necessarily comes from, but like what is the show trying to be about?
Sure.
Right.
Exactly.
This just seemed like a general hype trailer.
Because I think the first Luke Cage trailer still did a good job of presenting us with who Luke Cage was and the world that he inhabits, but then the second trailer did an even better job of really trying to explain to us like this is what the show really deals
he's in
with.
New York.
This was just like action, dubstep, kung fu moves.
And again, and at the very, very least, like that first issue of Marvel Premiere that had like the origin of Iron Fist, if it didn't say anything about all the stuff we're talking about, which is like, fine, it's 1976 or whatever, and it's like your first comic about this character, at the very least, in that story, there was badass Marvel arts action. Martial arts action.
Yeah.
Marvel martial arts action.
Right.
There was badass, like, descriptions that was either the narrator or Danny Rand himself, like, describing how he was breaking the human body.
Right.
Like, it was dope. And if this trailer came out with, like, an incredible martial arts thing. First time I saw Lethal Weapon 4 and Jet Li like disarmed a gun like this quickly. Everyone was like, "Who the fuck is that?" And everybody flipped out about Jet Li.
Right.
Like,
I think
you could have come out with something like that.
Problem is also that in some of the other shows, like Daredevil has a lot of like martial arts in it. I mean, his style is a lot less.
He's got more.
Supposed to be. This is Danny Rand's. Yeah, Danny Rand's style is supposed to be refined, like trained Asian style martial arts.
10 years
and it
of
didn't
training,
super wow me with that. I guess.
No.
You know.
It very much focused on the one punch aspect.
Yeah,
Of just like
yeah,
I
yeah.
have one powerful punch, and that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And it
Instead
looked.
of
Whereas
like,
I would have
looked
loved to
instead
see
of like
better
highly
choreography.
technical, I've been studying this for 10 years, so check me out. Type. Yeah.
So,
We'll
it's
find
all
out next
coming
month. We'll see.
month,
We'll see
yeah.
how the show kind of handles this story,
How it
this
stacks up.
character. Yeah, and see how it does compared to the other ones. I mean, it's kind of a tall order. It precedes the Defenders.
There's a reason that they waited to do this show.
Yeah.
Because it is the toughest sell.
Yeah.
It is the toughest character, toughest world, toughest concept. Everything else is like, You know, and the first one's a fucking blind guy that got radioactive goop in his eyes, and this is harder to do than that. Like this, they're like, oh, Kunlun.
We don't know how to do this.
A
wait.
mystical
It's the
city that's only on
dragon.
our plane every 10 years,
Right.
our plane of reality. Like,
Isn't it crazy how fast the time goes between these Netflix shows? Like I felt like this was going to be such a long time before we saw this.
I know.
It's in a month.
And now it's coming up.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
they started in 2015 with Daredevil season 1. 2015. That's
and
only
then
2 years ago.
yeah, and then we're gonna get I think Punisher and then Defenders. Right?
I think Punisher's this year. Defenders is Punisher might be summer, and then Defenders I think is fall this year. Yeah. I think Defenders is November this year.
Wow.
And then
So
we're
much
getting-
Marvel
And then
this
I guess Daredevil
year.
season 3, Jessica Jones season 2, now Luke Cage season 2,
Yeah,
like
they're
in
coming after
2018
that.
and beyond.
Right.
You know.
Wow.
Where
Crazy.
the hell is the time going?
Crazy, crazy,
For
crazy,
TV
crazy,
production moves
crazy.
fast, dude.
All right, let's talk about what's coming on Blu-ray.
All right.
There's 4 releases coming out, and 2 that are not listed on here. They're the only ones I care about. So we got Frank and Lola,
Trolls?
Nerdland, Life on the Line, and Trolls. The 2 that aren't on here, the only ones I care about are Justice League Dark and John Wick in 4K.
Ah,
Yes,
okay.
I'm spoiled.
Okay.
I'm an asshole.
All right.
Like that. Yeah. Have you guys seen any of these movies?
No,
Trolls
look,
or anything?
look at that wig on John
Is
Travolta,
Frank
though.
and Lola the one with
Michael Shannon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The scene we saw from that was terrifying.
Yeah.
It was really creepy. But I have not seen any of these. I don't think I'd be interested in.
And
I
in
have
honor,
no
of-
desire to
in,
see
in
any of these
honor of
movies.
Taken coming out
much?
next week or 2 weeks from now, they've had the whole 3-movie collection.
Ooh. Not interested. I still need to see Trolls. It's a DreamWorks movie. I got to watch it. It doesn't look like it would interest me, but I've had a lot of artist friends on Twitter that said that the movie is gorgeous. The colors in it
Yeah.
are sick. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
It looks like it's
Okay.
well done. I just don't want to
Alright.
see a movie about trolls.
I know.
A little bit of a downer week for stuff coming out on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Nothing really that interesting other than the 2 things that I'm
But
excited
it's a good week for movies.
But
in
for
theaters.
movies, it's like so exciting.
shit.
50 Shades of
Damn.
Shit. I mean, that's inevitable.
Oh, come on. Somebody cares about it.
guy.
I don't.
Somebody in the chat room, you gotta like. that
I-
movie.
I'm curious, actually, is there anybody in the chat room that is excited about 50 Shades?
I'm sure there are.
50 Shades Darker.
I'm
if
sure
so,
somebody
we will
is.
shut our mouths
Are
right
you going to
now.
go? Have a good time?
Please.
What's the
John,
plan?
I'm
Let
seeing
me
in the
know.
chat. John Wick.
Yeah.
John Wick,
I'm so
Chapter
curious.
2, and Lego Batman movie. Ooh, I'm so excited.
I have a Valentine's mandate with Pooch to go watch John Wick 2 on Sunday.
Nice.
Mandate. It's mandated.
I'm
mandate,
super
yeah.
excited. Yeah, I'm excited for the Lego Batman movie. Hector saw it. You really enjoyed it, yes?
Yeah. You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow. That's only in the trailer. That's not even in the movie.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it was fantastic.
I'm very
Guys,
excited
damn
about
it.
that.
We are only 125 away from a Dustin rant cam.
From a
And we got it from a
Yeah.
dust bust.
From a
And
dust
we got
bust.
like
Last minute
We could
clutch.
do
shit,
it.
Yeah,
guys.
that's it. We got like.
we got to
10
wrap it
minutes
out.
left.
We
Yeah,
got to wrap it out.
up soon.
While we wait, I'll do a non
While we wait.
non-spoiler review on Lego Batman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit us.
If you like the Lego movie, if you liked it as much as I did, you're gonna love Lego Batman.
Oh, I'm so glad to
Because
hear that.
it's so many of the same people. Ginger Peony says I kind of want to see all these movies. There you go. Boop.
There you go.
What else? Lego Batman movie. It is gorgeous. It's different. Stylistically, there's a couple differences from the first Lego movie that I don't know if people are even really going to notice, but it's something that the producers did on purpose. The shots are a little bit more cinematic. They're a little bit more widescreen, if that makes sense. Instead of having every single thing in the world be made of Lego, like in the first movie, the ocean was even Lego bricks. If you remember the blue water and everything, like
the animation was ridiculous.
the animation was ridiculous.
good.
Like smoke coming off of a coffee cup
Yeah.
or from a shower would be like steam bubbles or whatever, little Lego bricks. They decided to do some effects like water and steam, just natural.
Okay.
So that, you know, Bruce Wayne, when he's driving down the street, if there's rain, there's rain. If there's steam coming out of the streets
There's
of Gotham
steam,
City.
yeah.
So like little tiny touches like that try to make it like, the first movie was the Lego movie. This is like a Batman movie in Lego form.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing, on top of being a Lego movie. The voice cast is hilarious. Michael Cera as Robin is the funniest goddamn thing. He is so funny. The character is so hilarious. And I think there's a great message in there. And if you're a comic book fan, there's going to be so many Easter eggs and so many references, and not just references to comic books, but like to Batman movies. If you love Lego movie, you're going to love it. If you love Batman movies, you're going to love it. The director of this thing, his favorite might be Batman Returns. So if that gives you an inclination of like, just a scene, I think it's in the trailer where Rafe Fiennes, who does Alfred Pennyworth, again, an amazing Alfred. Like, it's an Alfred that's as good as Michael Caine, It's fucking crazy. Like, it's so good. When he goes, "Sir, I worry that what you're going through right now is reminiscent of what you went through in 2016, and in 2012, and in 2008, and in 2005, and in 1997, and in 1995, and in 1992, and in 1989, and that weird one in 1966." Like, and it just shows you, like, in Lego form, like a clip from each of those movies. And at the end, it just has a clip of Adam West, Batman. Like, they don't do that in Lego. So many great things. Come on.
Thanks,
We just need a little bit more.
I had Seymour till he was 3. That's when I knew him, and that's when I loved him.
Oh,
I'll never forget him.
Son of a bitch.
He forgot me a long, long time ago.
You jerk!
You guys know what it is?
No, I don't know what
Hold
that's
on.
from.
It's pretty brutal.
Seymour.
Oh my god.
One of the saddest episodes of the show Futurama. Talking about Jurassic Park. That was Fry. It was brutal. That fucking ending.
That episode.
So good.
Damn.
So good. So guys, go see Lego Batman. If you've got family, go take them.
Just real quickly, somebody said in the chat, pointed out, like, we don't talk about female sexuality much. Agreed. That is a very solid point. This is not positive. It's not a positive portrayal of it. It
true.
isn't. We deserve better. You deserve
That's
better.
true. What's a good female sexuality movie?
Well, I am playing a lesbian bondage dating sim on my channel called Lady Killer in a Bind, and it's super sex positive and super about sexuality and super positive. And it's got way better material than 50 Shades of Grey. I watched that first movie. It was just kind of
tame. That's what a lot of people I heard say,
Like,
but it's not for people who are already into it. It's for like
Exactly,
people
it's
who
for
are
outsiders.
like, ooh.
It's for outsiders looking in.
it's for people that like don't. Yeah.
Like, do you think the
it's
Big
like,
Bang Theory is for nerds? No.
No.
Yeah,
I
it's
hate
like
this for
that.
America.
It's like Big Bang Theory,
Big Bang Theory
for
for America.
erotica.
Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is.
So, that game is great. The Handmaiden, I keep saying it. The Handmaiden is super good, and that is covered in there.
Somebody whose name I can't read because it's so bright in our dumb chat. Is that Uberbaldi?
Yep.
Uberbaldi says, just watch Secretary.
Secretary is great
Secretary's
as well.
great.
I agree
Ginger Peony.
with that. Thank you.
Who watched the original Battlestar?
The one from the
I
show.
did
Oh,
not.
we got to talk about Richard Hatch.
Yeah.
He passed away. I didn't, but I saw the reboot. I saw at least the first season, and Richard Hatch shows up in it, and he passed away, and it was a real bummer. And Ronald D. Moore and a couple of actors, Edward James Olmos, they tweeted their condolences. He was 71 years old. Really great actor. I only knew him from the new Battlestar, and he played a criminal who was in a ship that was like a prison ship. And the premise of Battlestar Galactica is there's like a handful of ships left. Exactly. He was like, he was just in prison, but he was like a revolutionary leader. And Richard Hatch did a fantastic job. And I didn't know about original Battlestar even then. And when learned that he was on OG Battlestar, Richard Hatch, rest in peace. Yeah, I forgot to mention him at the beginning of the show, but he passed away. So go check out OG Battlestar, and you know, if you liked him, go look up his career.
For PG.
I don't know who this man is, but
Yeah, I'm
Cool.
super. Of all the movies, Lego, I think it's such a hard toss-up between Lego Batman and John Wick. It's like,
I go Lego Batman.
I loved John Wick
Porque
Chapter
no
1.
los dos.
Super excited for John Wick Chapter 2. And I love the Lego movie, and I cannot wait to see the Lego Batman movie.
yeah, I can't wait. I'm really excited to go watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's so good.
Fuck, man.
All right.
That's what I said. I
All
was
right.
like, Lego Batman movie is my favorite Batman movie, and I think I'm gonna stick to that. Like, I think it's become my
and you
favorite.
nearly got fucking murdered on Twitter.
Yeah, who cares? But it's because like I've been waiting my whole life
ridiculous.
for a movie with Batman and Robin,
Right.
and I got it, and Barbara Gordon, and I got it. And even though it's silly and it's Lego, like
You didn't like Batman and Robin or Batman Forever?
no,
I think I like Batman and Robin more than Batman Forever.
I think I do too. They're fun, but
Oh, Mikey the Brute, thank you.
Snap!
Holy shite.
Unleash the Dustin!
Unleash the
Thank
Dustin!
you.
yes, you're the best.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Mikey.
man.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
Drew, thank you so much for
Piracy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Dustbuster.
Thanks so much, Mike. All right, let's talk about something that has been a big problem, piracy. I think Hollywood should just don't worry about it. Like, it's not a problem. They can't combat it. It's going to happen. If you put something out, regardless of what you do, if you're a content creator, it's going to be free. That's how it works. Instead, make it as easy as possible to consume. Put it in as many places as you can. Make it valuable. Make it special. Make it something. And it doesn't have to be crazy. You don't have to put it in like some fucking gold box. Just put like some dope BTS stuff in there. If I knew that I had 2 options and one had a lot of behind the scenes commentary or some sort of special features, I'm gonna pay for it. I also love physical media, so I'm gonna buy a Blu-ray. Cater to those people. There's this thing where if you give people what they want, they will pay for that content.
Yep.
And that's what I think should be focused on. And whenever Hollywood, or anyone really, not really Hollywood, starts complaining about piracy as the problem and it's eroding the margins and blah, 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 they're not living up to I guess, their standard or to the job of making good content. Because when we're making stuff, we gotta make good stuff. You pour your heart into it, doesn't mean everyone has to like it. You make it for yourself and you put it out there, but you should do a good job and you should make it valuable.
Exactly. I agree.
Okay, that was less of a rant and more of a well-reasoned argument.
I would call that a rant.
Eloquently said.
An
Very
eloquent,
eloquently
well-reasoned
said.
argument.
Very smart arguments. Nobody ever really won over people by saying, "No, you can't have this. This is mine." Like, give it away. It's your content. You're creating it for people. I think that's an old mindset of like, let's fight the people who are going to pirate our stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't kill the VHS didn't kill the movie industry. The cassette tape didn't kill the music industry. If anything, it helped more people fall in love with more music and movie content. It's crazy.
Agreed.
Thank you for that lovely dust.
But thank you guys for making it possible to have a dust bust.
Yeah, thank you guys so
Dustin rant.
much.
That's fantastic.
Thanks, Dustin.
Consistent. You guys are great in the chat. Consistently giving us donations and having rants, cam rants, dust bust, all that stuff. Tipping, getting your quotes out there. You guys are awesome, and I really
Stumping us
appreciate
real
you.
good.
Yeah, I really appreciate that you guys are letting us put on this whole production every week in, week out.
Do
So
we have
this is great.
any housekeeping to do for all of this? We doing anything after this?
Dust bust?
I think that's it. I think we
Okay,
just have
that's
to
it.
say we
next
love you.
week, I think it's gonna be Valentine's Day next week. I think we might have a special guest. We're nailing that down.
We're working on something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
we might have a real special guest.
Working on something.
I like
Yeah.
special guests. Also, if you didn't know this, Hooters is giving away free wings to single
That's right,
people.
to single people.
So that's where I'm going after the show.
Me and my girlfriend are gonna go pretend to be single and
And meet
up,
there.
but
That'd be
separate.
so
And meet up there.
romantic. Oh
and
my
then post it on
God.
social media, be like, "We met at the Hooters,"
And then they
wing
just
night.
click on your Instagram account and be like, "You fucking liar."
You lying
Here's
sack
your
of
bill
crap.
for $300, you piece of shit.
That's so funny and sad and funny.
It's good.
Single
But,
people,
yeah.
sure.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.